Hey, yo, we are here. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Other Space PM episode 4. We're going to be chopping it up today between myself, Nana, and Jason the Ape, as well as everyone who is pulling up to the chat. Thank you for being here. Yo, Jay, how you doing, man? I know we got started a little bit rough just with the technical difficulties, but we're here. We're about to decompress, chop it up, get to
Yeah,
see
man.
what's going on in the week.
We had to start like a few minutes late because I had to restart the computer and get going. Still working on getting my voice back. Earlier I won the award from Outer Lumens on the most fucked voice from Fuck It Weekend. Because I just, having a blast yelling over all the awesome music, partaking in the devil's lettuce with all the bored ape homies out there who
Ooh.
love to smoke. So it was all in all a good time. But I'm mainly excited to get back into the swing of things. I know I see a lot of homies here that were in Miami as well from the other space community. So that was nice to see a bunch of friends who I met for the first time, old friends to see again. But we'll get into it today. We'll do a little recap about Miami. I missed out on the rec league spaces today. I only caught a little bit, so I want to talk about that with you as well because
Yeah, there's a good space.
yeah, they're dropping some alpha. I mean, season 4 of Heavy Metal is coming soon. Season 3 is about to end. So as much as I want to talk Miami, I also want to talk about what's ahead this next week. And so let's get into it, man, because it seems like it's been so long. First off, I miss you, buddy, and
Yeah, miss you too,
glad
man.
to be back. So
Shit. I was vicariously living through you and your photos and everyone else that went. NFT Traveler. Just seeing you guys kicking it with people. Like, what the hell? You guys had a crazy weekend.
oh my
First of
God. So,
all, I need to get myself right. So,
yeah, let's
I'm
start.
gonna do what I did last week and
Cheers.
continue this. This is what I took away last week for 288 vodka. What are you drinking? Some hot tea?
A hot toddy, bro. Some
Oh.
whiskey and some lemon. NFG Traveler just hooked me up with a hot toddy, but drinking out of my own head on a mug, you know. So actually, I hung out with Bad Teeth at the 10K TF brunch a little
Shout out
bit
Bad
this
Tea.
weekend. Yeah, and I was telling him how much love you constantly give him and his product and everything. And he's one of the nicest people I've met in the space, and it makes you want to support them even more. And I told him, bear market vibes, dude. And I keep saying I want a 288 token. As soon as I can scrape together some ETH, that's for sure the next thing I'm getting because I got wrecked by the rec league boxes. I thought I was in a mint, be able to profit a little bit, but they went not so fast. Uh, well, but 288, first off, Bad Teeth has one of the dopest sneaker collections out there. As being an ex skater himself, that fool's got
All right,
style,
all right,
bro.
all right. So real quick, first question, because I'm gonna fire off some random questions
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I think you've been really there's like 3 or 4 debriefs that I've heard and listened to, the whole fuck it weekend. Profits had one and really got to learn about that fuck it Friday event, which was really cool. And then there was Vicky. She held a really awesome event. Vicky, shout out to you. You were everywhere. Like me and Bastard were in the Discord, just kind of like watching all the content go through. We're like, damn, Vicky's popping up everywhere. Everyone's posting Vicky.
She's a legend.
Yo, for real. And also on the podcast that happened before, the live Twitter space, which was cool. It kind of put me back at Other Block. I remember when we did something similar, so it was
Yeah,
really dope.
it
But
was dope.
yeah, I want to fire off, and then Miami 8, shout out Laura. She hosted another really good debrief space. Captain Z,
Mm.
he did a really cool space too. So it was just really cool, like the communities coming together. But I probably want to fire off some questions that maybe, get a little bit deeper into your personal experience. I've heard a lot
Yeah,
about it, but um,
yeah. Let's jump into
with
it,
with that being said, who who like you talked Bad Teeth, and I think Bad Teeth is probably one of the answers, but maybe there's someone else too. But who showed up with the meanest kick game? Who had like the
man. I mean,
dopest kicks?
So
that were there that you noticed? Because I know you probably noticed like good
yeah,
kicks. You
yeah.
know what I
I
mean?
I pretty much walked up to everyone that had nice, sneakers on, because Sean and I, we grew up, we're sneakerheads. We collect, it's what we do. It's something, it's part of our culture, and I was walking up to everyone with some nice sneakers. I'm gonna say Fat Doinks had a pair of 12, I know Fat Doinks is his name.
Yo.
A hell of a person, a hell of a person.
All right, shout
My
out
first
Fat
time
Doinks.
my first time getting to meet him, but as we're at, Fuck It Saturday, and he's handing me, an eighth, because I was like, "Man, I would love to smoke." He's like, "Yo, I got you here." So shout out to the community for always being so giving. He was wearing a pair of Jordan 12 Taxis, which, a little fun fact about me, is my absolute favorite pair of shoes that I've ever personally owned. I bought them
Hmm,
crispy
hmm.
and I destroyed them over a year of living in Europe. So when I had, I saw him wearing them, it took me back to some happy memories of myself, and we just started talking about sneakers, and it was cool. So second best, I would say Seo.
Oh
Amazing,
yeah.
amazing dude. You know what, bro? He bought me a Mutant Ape robe,
Oh
like, and
shit,
and
you
gifted
scared
it
me.
to me.
Whoa, whoa, wait. He bought you one of the robes?
Yeah, yeah. Like I got there and he like handed it. He's like,
Dude.
"Yo, happy birthday," like Merry
What?
Christmas.
Not even your
Like,
birthday, dude.
no, he was just being. He's like, "Bro, I'm like, yo, can I Venmo you?" He's like, "No, a gift to you." I'm like, "This guy is so nice."
Dude, that
So
was the first time you met him.
I had met him the night before, actually, but yeah, more or less. We've been talking online for almost like a year and a half, 2 years, but
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
wearing Jordan 1 Union high tops, the red, white, and black
Oh,
ones.
I love
And
those.
yeah, and I
I
was
love
like, I
those.
walked him right up. I'm like, first off, respect on the shoes. And second of all, give me a hug. And then I said to him,
Nice.
I thought you'd be a lot bigger. Cause you see those pictures of him, he's swole, dog. But he's that dude actually is insanely shredded. So it's like you gotta
Dude,
make
I follow
poke the
him
bear.
on Instagram and he posts his gym photos. And yeah, that dude is yoked, dude. I'll tell you
Yo,
that.
I'll tell you guys a little fun alpha today. I went to my trainer because I was like, I still got to get a little bit in. And I did my first pull up in probably 15 years today, guys. And
Congratulations,
like
man.
easily, I was like, boom. And I stopped and I text Cheyenne right away. Hey, babe, I just did a pull up. Oh my God. So, inspiration from the homies that are
Oh
working out.
God,
That,
America. We're
yeah.
so fucked.
Yeah. I was
Shit.
so proud. My trainer was like, you really texted your girlfriend for one pull up, huh?
Yo, that's actually pretty funny, dude.
But
Um,
those would be my choices. Fat Doinks with the Jordan 12 taxis,
I like
Say
that.
with the Jordan 1 unions. Those were pretty epic.
All right. I like that. Good answer. So who was someone that you met that you hadn't met before that you're really excited to maybe do something with, like a collaboration or work together in some capacity? Was there anyone that you met that, you're walking away from this event where you're like, yo, I need to follow up with this person?
I mean, to be honest with you, there's a lot of people I met this weekend that were first timers that I spent probably with my frog voice today, probably 2, 3 hours reaching out, calling people, connecting, and just saying thank you. Let's just stay in touch. Here's my phone number. Feel free to call me. But in terms of your question, Sean,
Yeah.
actually, this is why you go back, is to develop those relationships with people that you already know a little bit. And so by the time it's a second, a third, a fourth hang, now you feel comfortable to take that opportunity and that chance. So actually the person I'm the most excited to potentially work with, and I'll drop some maybe alpha,
Oh shit. Yeah.
maybe,
What? Who? Oh,
say,
wait. Hold on. My my headphone thing came out. Hold on. I can't hear
and
shit.
then it was and then everyone go, and that's it, man. So
Okay, say it again.
oh no, we just said it.
No.
No, so you guys know that I've been a fan of Spirit Punk's products for a very long time.
Oh
He's
yeah,
out
you're on that
there,
board vodka.
yeah, on the board vodka. He's doing the most. And so I'm working on a way to possibly, if I'm lucky, maybe work with them in some way in the future. So I don't want to go further than that, but that was one of the relationships where I think
I
maybe
like that.
something cool could happen, where maybe I become part of the Spirit Punk team. So
Okay.
just maybe,
Okay.
you know, I'm sitting in a bar every episode. I mean, come on.
Yo, that's
Oh,
exciting.
so
That's
with that
exciting
said,
because Sailor Gary, he's dope, man. He's fucking
yes,
dope. I
got to meet
really,
his
really
wife this
enjoy
weekend. Great people.
hanging out with him. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. And at the Bored Ape Fuck It Saturday event, when I went up to the very first little outside bar, they had a beautiful bottle displayed with my Bored Ape on it. And I
Dude.
freaked out and got so excited. And I told the bartenders, and they got so excited for me. And then we took a group picture together. So it was a blast. And then,
Yeah.
well, I'll say
I
one other person.
hold on,
I see
hold
him in
on.
the chat.
I
All right.
I
All right.
got I got this I got this pulled up, so I might as well just show it off real quick.
Yeah,
Check that
exactly.
out.
How cool was that? Man, that was a moment of
So
just
you saw it, you're like, "Yo, this is me."
literally,
Were
that's
they like, "Cool."
no, like, they got super excited because I was like, "This is me. This is mine. This is why I have pink hair," you
Oh,
know?
that's awesome,
And
man.
then so, like, they got super excited, and I got super excited, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful moment. That was probably the second most I smiled out of the entire week.
Yeah, you got a
So,
big smile, dude. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah. It was a great weekend full of smiles, and I gotta say, I gotta be true to it. Gucci, I hung out with Gucci a good amount of this weekend.
Dude, you posted a sick photo of you and or of Gucci with his shirt too.
Well,
I'll see if I can
Gucci,
find it.
yeah, House of OG. That's someone I could maybe see a collab with in the future. I'm for sure buying it because he explained to me that the buttons have rarity tiers. So there's gonna be like legendaries, and I was like,
There he
"What?"
is. Look at
Yeah,
this.
fire.
Let's
Fucking fire.
go. Okay,
Yeah, that
so
shirt,
his shirts when you mint them, when you end up minting them, this I believe were the common. It's the common because it had the regular buttons, but he has different tiers of rarity. You don't know
right.
which one you're gonna get, and it has these extra little details.
He
That's
was
pretty cool.
bro, legendary. He's had a vintage Gucci buttons. I was like, "Sign me up,
Oh,
dog."
what?
Yeah, like, he was telling me a little bit of the stuff that's gonna happen with it, and I was like, "You can 100% count on me that I'll be
I love
buying one
it.
of those."
All right, all right. Well, I got a couple other questions before we get off this topic.
Yeah, yeah.
I basically I wanted to just kind of like go through a few of your posts, really highlight some of the people that you got to see. I'm jealous you got to see these two, maybe Netta, as well as Atare.
Yeah.
So, how was it like just meeting up with them?
It was
You know?
exciting, man. It was great. They're always fantastic energy. Maybe is slowly becoming one of my favorite people in the scene because she's so genuinely a nice person, and Atari is so smart. So it's just nice to see them. And I was
Yeah.
I was at the event on Saturday, and I saw them talking to the CEO of Yuga. So I just, I wanted to support them. I thought that they're content creators. Let's capture that moment. So I snapped it, send it to them, and I was stoked to have that moment for them on photos.
Dude, what's this about? I see you
Okay.
holding a Bored Ape skull. You got Keezy up here.
Oh
You
yeah.
got Gucci right next to you. What's going on over at this Brazilian steakhouse?
This low key might have been one of my favorite events of the weekend. It was one of the first dinners of the weekend. Keezy, Stone to Boo, put this event together, and
Mm.
it was just a bunch of homies who came through. We got to sit down with Marav and Hav and Jeff, Lindsay,
Oh yeah,
so
Jeff Nicholas.
yeah, Cray Train, like so many great friends, so many people I hadn't seen since the last time we were in New York. And this was just a blast. We were having all you can eat Brazilian steak. And then we all stepped outside and had an epic smoke session. We took up the whole block. It was
I
great.
think I saw another photo of you guys somewhere over here. Maybe it's gone. I don't know, but I saw a bunch of stoners.
Yeah, yeah. I literally walked out and said, "You all cool with me doxing you? Because I'm about to post this picture.
Good.
Speak now, forever
Good.
hold your peace."
You didn't wear those Ray-Bans with the glasses and just
Nah,
have, like,
man.
a little recording sign around your neck?
I know, I thought about it, but Miami was too humid, man. I didn't wanna ruin my glasses because 'cause they're basically a camera, you know what I mean? So, they're not like
Yeah.
normal sunglasses.
Oh man, here it is.
Yeah, that's the smoke
Here's the
sesh.
smoke sesh.
Yeah, and I'm not kidding you. Like, live Forever Famous was outside with Prince, and all of a
Hmm.
sudden I could see him about to spark a joint, and I stopped eating, and I was like, I gotta go outside. And then Cheyenne said I was gone for a long time, and then all of a sudden more and more people could smell it, and they just came out, and it was beautiful. So,
Yeah,
but
looks like it's all fogged up over here, dude.
yeah, we did a good job, dog. It got way crazier later on. Well, that was a good time.
Yo, that's awesome, man. All right, last question. I'm seeing like you meeting some of the Yuga team. We got Illa right here. It's such a sick photo that Illa posted of you guys,
That was a
of
dope moment.
you and Legend. Or
He
post.
Legend is a wild man. If you've never met Legend, he is a wild man. I got stories upon stories that I won't share, but it's wild.
He's rocking the Rock Soul hat.
Yeah.
Shout out Rock Soul.
Shout out
Here-
Rock and Christie, like, and their art team, man. They killed it with the murals for the event. And Rock is and his wife are just some of the sweetest people I've ever
Oh,
met.
they're awesome. What a
Yeah.
duo.
Yeah.
What a duo right there. Dude, tell me about this whole like how the event was decked out. Speaking of Rock Soul, his wife, and the art,
Yeah.
it seemed that they put a lot of attention to some of the artwork and just kind of immersing yourself into the lore of, the mutant world.
Yeah, 100%. They're amazingly talented.
Yeah,
S
what was this all like? Like, was it like
so go
beyond your
back.
expectation or?
Absolutely, but go back to that pillar image real quick.
Oh, okay.
So
That tower.
yeah, that tower. So on Friday, Cray Train, NFT Traveler, and I walked over to the Oasis because we're all just as big nerds, and I wanted to see the event. I thought there would be some stuff up, right? And you get there, and it was like just normal. Then Saturday, we're at the pool at our hotel, and we're hanging out with Tiger is Fine. We're hanging out with Gigi. We're hanging out with Sailor Gary and his wife. We're hanging out with Fonz, and just we're having some vodka up
That's a
there.
nice little crew right there.
Yeah, it was a great group of friends, man. And we look over and you could just see this from our pool, this pillar with this
Oh,
giant Mutant Ape vibe, right? And that's the first taste we got of the art. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be sick.
yo,
Because
that'll
it
be
popped out
sick.
of nowhere. Like all of a sudden it was just there. And I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Dang. Oh, this is
Yeah.
what you saw.
Yeah, that's what I saw exactly. And so I was like, that was the first visualization because before it was just a pillar of art, right? And I'm like, oh, all right. Now you're getting excited,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
real excited. And Fawn's like,
I
I gotta go. I'm like, oh, he's setting up. They're doing their thing.
yeah.
So you walk in, bro. The spectacle that they put on
I gotta
right
know
from the
about
minute
this
you
too.
walk in. All right, all right, all right.
Hold
So
on,
no,
bro.
no,
Go ahead.
no. Let's get to that part before we even get to it. So
All right, all right.
uh
What's
after
going on here?
so I was
Is
hanging
this
out.
a drag show right here?
Bro, that's me performing right there, bro. I
Yo,
killed it.
motherfucker.
No, no,
Hell
no, no,
no.
no. No, so I'm hanging out with Hawkward. We're hanging out with Crate Train, NFT Traveler, and we get there a little early going to the event because they said doors open at 9:30. We got there at 9. What are you gonna do? Wait in a line or go look for a bar across the street, maybe have a cocktail? So we chose that one. We walk across the street and there's this bar there and it says R House and their logo is a butt. The R is a butt. And I'm like,
Let me see
yo,
if
this
you have that.
I don't think I did.
Okay, okay.
But I'm like, yo, this bar looks dope. And then so we go in and also Gucci was with us. And
Oh,
so we
okay.
go have a cocktail. Gucci grabs the round, we sit down, and they're like starting to do the warm up. And I'm like, oh, where are we? And Cheyenne's like, I think this is a drag club. And I'm like, are they about to have a show? So we ended up staying probably like an hour at this place till we went to the next event because it was so fucking fun, dude. Like
Yo, that's
the
funny.
performers absolutely killed it. They did, a lot of great lip syncing, and this was just across the street from the event. So we had our own super fun event, and then we went and party with the homies.
That's super cool, man. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
here's the crew you were talking
yeah,
about. Cray
that was
Train, Fonz,
that
NFT
was the
Traveler.
homies. So we walk in and it's this eerie, lighting, right? It's kind of
Yeah,
like you're walking into a mutated swamp. They really captured that vibe.
nice.
And you walk in and they got the fog and all this, and immediately you walk in and there's people walking around in the white doctor coats with little
Oh
green
yeah.
vial shots, right? And so they just start passing out these shots, and that's your first taste, right? And you walk in and everyone's like, "Go to this, go to that, go to that." There was so many little activations around. So we went over to the Applied Primates thing. We took a picture with Caruso and some other homies, and
Nice.
it was dope. But this was the part I was the most excited for personally.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his music. T Gut, the DJ, is a homie who actually we hired back in the day to perform at the Deadheads event. So he texted me
Right.
while he was DJing, "Bro, I could see you."
While he's up there.
Yeah. I was like, "Yo, look at this picture real quick, Sean, go back. Here's what I wanted to put for the caption. Doesn't that look like the napkin we took from last year's event up on
Oh,
stage?"
this stupid. I'm all looking around like, yo, I
I
got
know.
that napkin
I got
somewhere.
it somewhere. They took a napkin there, like, "We need it 50 times bigger." We're gonna make it a poster
This needs to
now.
be at least 50 times bigger to make it. Yo, that's funny. What
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
was a big ass napkin up there?
I want it then. Um, no, it was cool, it was cool.
But what was in these don't drink me bottles?
I didn't make it to that event, man, so that was Sunday, the yacht party.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
Ryan
have the
Frankie.
time, and yeah, but this is the Applied Primate photo that we actually took together. Just super stoked to connect with old friends and new friends and see people I hadn't seen in a while, and it was cool. And then you see the lanyards they're all holding.
Yeah.
I don't know where the one is that I got, but we all got a lanyard and it all had a different item on it. Oh, they're hanging on the wall right here, actually. So I got a bunch of these lanyards and you would wear them around and you kind of had like I got this one because it
Yeah, I
had the
see this.
M1. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And this is some fake money right here.
That was a little bit confusing. Okay, first of all, a lot of alcohol been consumed at this point, and Dan G, the ape, actually threw real money on the floor, which got even more confusing because there was at least $100 of real money. I woke up in the morning and Cray Train was like, "I made $8 last night at the party."
Yeah, this looks like a real 100 right here.
Bro, I picked it up and it definitely looked real. So whoever made it, be
That's
careful.
not real.
That's not real.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And they made a
Shit.
lot of them, bro, where I was like, "Jesus, you need to be careful of whoever did that." But no, it was cool. It was super cool, man. And
Oh, and you got a poker chip.
one of those comic books, we're gonna be giving one of those away at some point to one of our community members. So,
Oh
just
yeah. How are we going to do that?
we're gonna be doing it in our Discord with a
Mhm.
Discord giveaway bot. So you're gonna want to join the Other Space FM Discord and then wait for the announcement. So you can go ahead and click that giveaway. And then this Thursday
It's actually up.
afternoon.
It's
Oh, is it
actually
up?
up. Yeah,
Sick.
if you want to get a head start, just go into the Discord. We didn't do an announcement yet. Go into giveaways and just click participate. We'll do an announcement pretty soon,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
that'll be for one of these physical Applied Primate Origins,
Yeah. And
issue number 1.
I'll ship the one that I have that I'm giving away to anywhere in the world to the winner. So don't worry about that. We'll send it to you.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. But they gave out some cool swag. I was super bummed I didn't see the poker chips. Sean, I've been a poker player for over 20
Yeah,
years.
man, we were talking about some ape chips too, so this is cool to
Bro, I said, Cheyenne, they stole my idea. They heard me.
see.
No, but then I hit him up. I was like, yo, Illa, like, how can we get this in a future merch drop? Like the Bored Apes want poker chips. Not with my mutant or your ape, or
Everybody wants one.
they want it. No, but like they want like a set, you know what I mean? Because if we're doing bicycle cards and we're doing Forever Apes cards, let's get some fucking poker chips out there. So if you're watching this, Bored Apes, let's make it happen.
Yo, is this sale right here? This mutant?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
He's gonna go
this
on
out.
my list, top 10 people that I love.
Oh, really?
So kind.
Dude,
Like,
look at this.
bro, his chocolate is phenomenal.
So I'm gonna taste this, man, because we've been on a roll trying some shit from Made by Apes, each episode. We got the 288 vodka,
Right. Yo,
we got
this comic is Made by Apes issue 1.
Made by Apes issue 1 for the Applied Primate, and then we got some Frens Chocolate.
What flavor?
So this one is coffee chocolate.
Oh, That's gonna be you're gonna be awake, dog, because that's got some
What?
espresso beans on it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that stuff is good.
This is hefty too.
It is not.
This is
Yeah,
kind of hefty.
that looks
I
like a
love the
dope.
packaging. The packaging's clean.
Yeah, and
This
when he
came right out of the refrigerator.
yeah, give
So
it a
I had
second to chill.
oh, it's been chilling.
Coda's mad right now. I don't know what she's mad at.
All right. Let's see what this looks like.
I'm gonna be real honest. When that comes out, I want all of you guys to order some chocolate from them because that shit is insanely
Oh, first of
delicious.
all, it smells
Oh,
really good.
it's so good, bro.
Really good. Okay, so the top part is kind of nice. Has this like marble,
That
and the
is nice.
back has like these almost like little crystals.
That's what I'm saying. That's like espresso beans in there
Yeah.
because one of his other products is chocolate covered espresso beans, which was like, wow, you're awake.
So I'm gonna break me off. Does this have any
No,
stuff in it?
no, it's completely family friendly chocolate,
Okay,
except I
okay.
would not give your child espresso beans unless you want them to be like chocolate and espresso beans. Oh my God.
Mm, this is good. I like this flavor too.
It's
The
rich though,
coffee
right?
chocolate.
Good chocolate. I love it, man. I'm always impressed by all the creators out there in the space, and just getting to see what people are making. Oh, bro, I didn't get any
This is
more of
bomb.
that trail mix that you had last episode, but
Oh yeah, from Feb.
forever
Famous.
he brought that and a ton of that chocolate to the brunch that I went to, coffee with
Mm,
Captain and Steve, and that was like the table was overfloweth with those things, and I told him
overflow it.
I told him that Sean gave you rave reviews on your product, so.
Oh, nice. Good, good.
Yeah, I was like, especially the spicy one.
Yo, tell me, oh, good shit. Tell me about this, dude.
Hold on, let me
Where
bring it back on the screen.
you guys are like,
Yeah, so this first off, shout out to Ray and Near. They put together this brunch. To be real honest with you, I don't know if I crashed it, guys. I crashed the party. I crashed the brunch.
oh,
I
you
don't.
weren't even invited?
So this is exactly what happened. Uh, the two ladies I was staying with had a ladies brunch, and I was not allowed to come because I wanted to respect the ladies brunch, right? So I was
Yeah.
like, all right,
Every time there's a ladies event,
yeah, I'm like,
NFT
all right,
Traveler is like, ladies,
yeah,
okay, you can't be crashing.
I know. And I asked her if I could come again, but she said go. And
She's
I
like,
and I was
no,
like,
it's for the
no, I was like, you
ladies.
know what? I'm gonna go out and have some fun. And I walked outside. I thought I was just gonna go to a bar and have a drink by myself in the morning because like I was on vacation.
Yeah,
And
typical Saturday.
yeah, it's early. Let's go get drunk. And so I walk outside and G Bunny is literally outside of my hotel and he's like, hey, I'm going to a brunch. You want to come with me? And I hadn't met him before. So I'm like, sure, why not? One of my favorite things to do at events is walk up to complete first time friends and say, hey, I'd like to go get a drink with you. Are you down? Let's go. And so I went with him to brunch. And when we turned the corner, it was all these amazing friends. So that was fantastic to
That's cool.
experience. And I sat down with Chris, Captain Coffee with Captain host.
Mhm.
And you and I were in a fantasy league. I ended up getting the #1 pick. I started talking fantasy football with him. He said he'd been in a league for
Chris Captain.
25 years. Yeah, he's such a nice guy, dude. He's
Coffee with
working
Captain.
he's working on some products with the dude straight across with the glasses and the white tee, a nice honey product that's a dietary supplement. He said a pre-workout. So
Is that what this is right here?
yeah. Everyone just brought their products, you know what I mean? And so
Dude, that's what's super cool is like you just imagine all of these like small independent businesses coming together as almost like one giant franchise.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
100%,
Like,
because then we're all asking like, "Well, how can I help you? Can I try that?" How and then, it starts to become this culture of
yeah,
sharing and helping. But the Ray was such a nice guy, and Near was such an incredibly sweet person, and, everyone there was just such a nice, addition to the brunch, and some new faces, some old friends, but the French toast, oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
that was bomb. Oh,
Insane.
I
But
can see it. I can see the French toast right here.
bro. So that was
That's
my
bomb.
first brunch of the morning. That was my first brunch of the morning. And so at
You're
this
done.
n
This
yeah,
motherfucker's done.
I dipped out early because I was like, I gotta go to second brunch because and so I ran over to the 10 KTF brunch to hang
Oh,
out with.
you did?
Yeah,
The
dude,
grunch? The
I got a
grilled brunch?
Gucci told me about it,
Yeah, the
and and
grunch.
and we're just big fans of Maybe and Atari. We love them. So I
Yeah,
wanted
we're
to go
big
see them,
fanboys.
and so I ran over there, which was like across the street from my hotel, luckily. And I sat down with a bunch. I got to hang out with Chanimal, Stone Dabu, Nocrates. Nocrates, oh my God, I love that dude. He comes up to me and hands me other Space FM stickers and goes, I
Yo,
made these for you to give away. And he didn't do that
yes.
with just us, but so many other communities. He had made Damn Show stickers. He just supporting the community actively. So that
Dang, that's
that was
sick. I
super,
saw
super
photos
sick.
of that, dude.
I was
Oh
like, "Did
yeah.
Sean send these to you?" He's like, "No, I made them." I was like, "What? You're amazing, dude." So that was
Yeah,
super cool.
that's so cool, man. I love it. I
Yeah,
love
it
it.
was a good time.
Well,
But I
good
encourage
stuff,
people,
man.
stumble upons. Don't be afraid to walk outside with a stranger and see what might happen because it turned into a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think you're right, man. I love the advice that you're dishing out. Really just talking about all the new people, even tonight, all the new people you got to make connections with, let alone all the homies that you got to reconnect with. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So I love it. If you guys want to see a nice little recap, just take a trip down Baron's timeline. You got
You know
some
what?
really fun reposts from the weekend.
Oh, look at that picture that Mr. Daniel, the CEO, is wearing by our good friend Reaper, who's part of
Yes.
the Purple Ape gang and wore that and gave it to him. I want to share two stories real quick, guys, that I thought were quite funny. Um, you know, Reaper gave him that. I saw Garga for 2 seconds. Maybe I might have seen him longer, but I was pretty happy and inebriated. And I walked by Garga and he says, "Hey, sorry, I don't have your jacket. It's too hot to be wearing it right now." I last time I saw him, I gifted him one of those denim embroidered jackets, and I thought I should have tried to take a picture like that, but instead I just like handed it to him and walked away. But that is so cool. Shout out to Reaper. If you're in the
Shout out
purple,
Big Reap.
yeah, if you're in the purple gang, hit up Reaper. I'm sure he can accommodate you
This
with a
made
piece
me
of merch.
fucking jealous. I didn't have a purple background, dude. In fact, I'm glad I have an ape, but man, the gray backgrounds, I don't know. Like we don't have a thing. We're not turquoise. We're not purple.
I mean, Army Green even has a group chat, so
Yo, yeah,
you
there's
got to
no
start
gray
it up.
background. There's no gray
I didn't
background.
even know NFT Traveler was in the purple chat. She's like, "Yeah, we have a whole group." And I'm like, "What?" So, but real quick, I want to share two fun stories about it, and then we could kind of jump off this topic. But
All right.
this weekend was insanely surreal in some of the experiences I got to have. At one point, I looked up and I was having pizza with Beeple and Taylor Gearing and NFT Traveler and Crate Train at like 3 in the morning, and just like hanging out. And I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" Because that just seemed like such a surreal experience. Like, all of a sudden, I turn around, Beeple is in my Uber, and I'm like, "How did we get here? Like, how did this happen?" Because I remember being at the Bored Ape event, and then I remember the Uber ride, and then I remember pizza. So it was a very yeah, that was the vibe. Also, Tamu is one of my favorite people I've ever met.
Let's go,
So,
Tamu.
if I haven't doxed him already, I apologize, but
No, he's everywhere.
also, Lindsay Barnes, with your photography, just like I got to sit down and chop it up with her and spend some time one on one. And wow, like she literally had 3 different cameras hanging from her neck, dog.
Yeah,
Just so
different
cool.
lenses.
I
Yeah,
loved
good
it.
stuff, Lindsay. Good
Yeah,
stuff. You've been definitely been sharing the vibes. The photos you took were great. Like I love these photos.
right, bro.
Look at you,
Did you see the mosh pit? Cheyenne jumped into the mosh pit.
dude. I did. I saw, dude.
I was right there watching Kid. What is it, Kid Jet?
Yeah, Kid Jet.
That moment was hilarious.
This is a CCO Pudgy Penguins. That guy.
ASAP was like, "Yo, your swag is cool, though." He's like, "I appreciate you, man. Everyone, rush him."
Oh, fucking dead, dude. What
It
the
was a good
hell?
time. It was a
All
good time.
right.
I'm already having
Yeah.
pre-FOMO for Ape Fest if this was as fun as it was, you know. So let the pre-FOMO sit in.
Well, that was a nice little breakdown, man. I appreciate it. I know your voice is shot, but it was worth it, dude. It was good hearing about it. And man, yeah, I wish I was there, but it was
Yeah, we
good to
missed you,
just
man.
it was cool to just like see everyone else happy.
I know, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Nah, I know, I know.
I'm like,
We
oh
missed
no,
you
this
there,
is
man. We
cool,
missed
man.
you
At
there.
least
Because
everyone's
to be
happy.
honest with you, like
Oh
from the Other Space
shit.
mod team, like literally Imma wait. Doo, 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 doo. No, from the Other Space mod team, like, every single person from the squad was there except for you, but you were there with us in spirit. So, Marav, shout out, to you. It was always, just always lovely to see you. I got to hang out with Miker and Taylor. At one point, Miker and I were wearing the same shirt, so that was pretty fun. It was
Oh
nice,
yeah.
man.
I saw a
It was a
picture
good
of
time.
you guys.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't post it online, but
I think he did. I don't know. But it was
no,
cool. It
no,
was
he puts in like the mod chat
Yeah, and
that
see, that's the thing I've learned too with taking the pictures is I capture them for myself and my memories, but I don't post everything because not everyone's doxed,
yeah,
so you wanna
yeah.
be respectful of that for sure, and I don't have the skill to put every ape face on everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, while we're on the topic of Miker, I think it'd be worth sharing that the other page, one of the things that they've been building out was released as a public it was a private beta, and now they got the public beta
Nice.
available. So people can go to app.other.page to claim their page with the address that you provided on the beta sign up form. And you don't need to connect your cold wallet. You can actually connect your, delegate or your warm wallet. And yeah, you'd be able to set up your page. And we're already seeing people starting to set up their page. And what's super dope is that we got some people already representing Other Space as their primary guild. Let's
Let's
fucking go,
go.
dude. You see
Let's
this?
go.
Look at Maddie. He's like, yo, my primary guild, Other Space, dude.
Shout out
Fuck
to
yeah. I want
Maddie.
to know if anyone else is rocking Other Space because we're rocking with them.
Yeah, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So
I gotta show mine soon. I got my other space up there for sure. It looks
yeah,
nice with my acid land behind it.
look at NFT Traveler as well, rocking the Other Space Guild
Ooh,
right here as
that
a
nice
primary
reader.
guild. So that's what's pretty cool about this is you basically claim a profile page for your particular NFT, right? Or your character. And then you even have three different tabs that you can go through: lore, avatar, and inventory. And so, based on your inventory, you can deck out what you want to showcase over here. If you have a heavy metal, you can even click on that and it shows your heavy metal game stats. So, it's like all that stuff, all that information in the OPEXT, that shows up as well, in the extension, all the game data for your heavy metal. Yeah, it looks like you got that up. You got Other Space up in there too. You
Oh
can
yeah.
choose your primary deed as well, which you got your acid land up there. And then over on the lore tab up on the top middle, you can have AI generate and help you generate some lore. I don't know if you've done that at all,
I
but
didn't yet. I read the story that was prompted there, and I thought it was cool. I'm still trying to recover from Miami, man, to be real, real, real honest with you. So
yeah, look at this one too. Jeddah.
that's nice.
Uh, but yeah, this looks like Ferdy. Is that Ferdy? Jeddah?
Well,
Well, this is Jeddah, regardless, and is rocking Other Space as a primary guild. You got
love
the
it.
coda up there. So I love this because 30 minutes is time for beta access. A lot of potential. This is like part of building out in the open. You know what I mean? Like ultimately this data could feed into so many other tools and things that I think the community is really up to and developing, and the social aspect of it I think is what's also missing. So it's been dope to collaborate with other page. I know like you and I have been really close. We got Micah and Taylor, who's on the other page team, as part of the OTHErspace team. So we're working together to figure out like what are ways we can really help each other and just really start to catalyze all the building that's happening in the space. And so we're always open for that, and we love what Other Page is up to. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
congrats to the team and for going, doing like a more public beta and getting people, to start messing with it. So, I think the feedback is going to really help out and ultimately integrations with all sorts of things.
I
But
agree, and the visualization is stunning. It's a cool way to capture it. So shout out to
man, look at
Justin. Look at
yeah,
that.
Justin. Look at Justin already making a video about it, dude. Shout out to
Yo,
Justin, dude. He's
that's dope,
doing
man.
man.
I know. You got this one has too much
He's
energy. I wish
he's
I was
so good.
listen, I wish to God I was 21 years old and just finding the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I feel like we already work super hard, but could you imagine 20-year-old us going at it? Bro, it'd have been horrible. It'd have been horrible. We probably would have fucked that up.
Oh no, man, dude. I remember shit.
We were fun back
Well,
then.
yeah, we were definitely doing some stuff, but you know what? You gotta love it. You gotta love
Gotta
it.
love it,
Like the
gotta love it.
ambition. I think
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many people out here with like lots of ambition and excitement. And when you mix those two things together, cool things come out of it.
I
So
mean, let's talk about excitement and ambition real quick and jump over to Thank Ape. I'm gonna pop this up on my screen and talk
yeah,
about
please.
people who are excited to contribute to the community. Look how many people. So we're just looking at the ApeCoin influencers spreading ApeCoin worldwide. You guys know recently we hosted Thank Ape to talk about their builders contest. They have a bunch of different categories up. We also have one currently, and we're very blessed to currently be in first place. Thank you to everyone who's voted for us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like, insane gratitude, but there's so many talented people on this list who wanna provide amazing thing, and
Let's
right
talk about
here,
it.
we
Let's
got
let's
we
show them
got
off.
we got Javi and Marav,
Let's
you know,
go.
like,
I threw some votes in. I threw some votes in for Javi and Marav.
let's see,
There's
we got
some
one,
two
two,
of the
three,
best
four. Ooh,
builders in the
they
space.
just hell yeah, they just made it up to 5th place, and, top 5 spots get selected for the opportunity to go create,
So
so
top five, it says on the top right there, it says for this category, it's 2,000 or 2.07K. So just over 2,000 ape coin that gets rewarded for 5 different ideas.
yeah. So we got currently in the top, we got ourselves. We want to work on a video to YouTube tutorial system series to kind of really help
How
the
to
DAO
participate.
experience.
How to
Yeah,
participate in ApeCoin DAO, like some of the
exactly.
top things that someone would need to know where they don't need to read and they
But
can actually just kind of look at our
short and
tutorial.
concise.
Yeah, real short and concise. We'll make it a playlist so people can, see it, make it a really great resource for people to kind of point to. If like, oh, you're looking to get in the Discord, you're looking to get into, discourse, you're looking to get into putting up your own idea. You want to find the template, all of those things, we'll have like a little video playlist. And what's also cool is that there might be some potential to use those videos into other things, which we'll talk a little bit more about. But
Yeah,
I think it goes to show that just based off of that, the idea is something that proves to be pretty valuable for people, it seems like. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad we just put it out there, because we were like, yo, let's just put something out there. And we're like, man, this would be helpful. Okay, let's type it up.
yeah,
And we
yeah, and
literally sat there on Discord with each other and knocked this out in our last meeting and put it up. And I'm so glad we did.
yeah, absolutely. And we're really appreciative of everyone who's voted. But I want to explore also the other people who are up here, right? We got Sawicki,
Let's
who
go,
has
Swiggy.
proposed this really cool social
With
media
Justin.
scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
you
the
know,
whole idea is to like be able to have a scavenger hunt, find pictures, and then use AR to actually like unlock rewards.
right. Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, I think it's a really cool concept. Definitely deserving of the award.
Yeah.
And Swicky and Justin, that's a duo right there.
Yeah, yeah, and then another, what is it? A trio, let's say, board media group. Got to hang out with Phi Bacca at one of the events, and he brought Squirtle, who's an OG in the community, and because they opened the door to people besides Ape and Mutant to this event, Squirtle came, and it was just cool to see people who are part of the community but don't have those particular two tiers and are still able to fuck and hang out and experience all the fun that we get to share together. So they're working on some stuff. And then ApeCoin creator meetup. Meetups are always what we love. We love spending time together. And then we got Javi and Marav right here. ApeCoin for everyone, sitting in fifth place. So, I'm gonna say, because OthersSpace FM, I personally feel like we might be okay up on with our current vote, and the votes end tomorrow at 21 hours from now. So August 30th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I would say, if anyone's out there, if you could send some love and some votes to Javi and Marav to make sure they could secure fifth place, or at least just be secured in there.
In that
And
category. Yep.
yeah, in that specific category. So then there's a ton of other creators, but then let's jump over to, the other stuff. There's all these different opportunities to vote for people. I know Miker has
Yeah,
something in the
can I
builders
pull some
category.
can I
Yeah,
pull a few
go
of
for it.
those up, man?
Go for it. Go for it.
All right. So these are the 5 different categories, and it shows you right here. They're all voting ends all in 21 hours, but it shows you how much ApeCoin and how many people are going to win it. So in this category, 2008 coin, 10 people or 10 ideas will win. 269 ape, 25. 420, 10. And then it shows you how many proposals there are as well. So one of them that has the most is this designers one,
Wow.
which is cool.
Yo, you know
72.
what?
But
I
if you go to
forgot.
developers,
I kind of forgot I put a proposal in there for art. I'm like, did I get any votes?
you might, maybe.
No, I
Let me show
didn't.
you some of these though, because some of these are pretty cool. So the top 5 right now, ApeCoin DAO scam tokens tracking bot, a bot that will track scam tokens related to ApeCoin, and this will help protect ApeCoin holders from scams. This is from boringsecurity.eth. So they got 257 votes on there. But check it out, Jackie.eth, treasure hunt 3D games sample code, an open
No,
source Unreal Engine sample project that drips ERC20 tokens in the game and demo.
I got to hang
So
out with Jackie. He's such a nice guy, also, bro.
he is so cool, man. Like he's one of my favorite people. And he put up a spot in this another world too. We have a other space station in there.
That's crazy.
So you got to check that out. But I'm really happy that this is kind of this is up there, in the running for winning this as well. We have Squirrel, who put empowering ApeCoin DAO and creators with Board Media Group web app development. So, same team. Phil, a raving ape, Don't Feed Wolf, Daniel, Bright, and Squirtle. And just kind of building on what they have been building. And it's pretty cool to see that they're gonna possibly get funded with this too. This is really dope. ApeCoin onboarding site.
I like this one a
This is
lot.
with Bojangle, Brazy, and Bouvier. So they're building an onboarding guide for new DAO like newcomers. This website will be linked directly from apecoin.com. And
Nice.
it's apparently already done with the screenshots. But then they're going to have just like some really basic things that cover some foundational items. And yeah, I think this is going to be really cool, kind of showcasing ways to get involved. We'll be making some videos for some of the same topics. So there's lots of cool things that could happen there in
Yeah, I
terms of
love that.
synergy. So yeah, and then we got base name service, ApeCoin integration. But check it out, Nova.
Oh,
Nova's in the running.
I got to meet Nova too. That was super cool.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. We got ApeCoin integration for Flappy Coda. So he wants to add the ability to use ApeCoin as a payment method inside his web-based game called Flappy Coda. And yeah, I'm really happy to see this, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's your IP going to work, dog. So we're happy to see that as well.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
for real.
there's definitely some, Flappy Coda, the original version, that was not my IP, but some alpha there might be a new version of Flappy Coda coming soon. So yeah, ApeCoin Lego building our community, dude. Look at this.
What? That's cool. To be honest with you, I was so I kind of forgot to tell anyone about this in Miami. And so, you and I have been really hustling the last 24 hours to get our friends to
Mhm,
vote. And
mhm.
I will tell you, I'm so appreciative of how many people came through, but I forgot to look at all these other, awesome things. So I'm really stoked we're doing this because there's some cool shit that could be made.
Yeah, and by the way, check this one out. This is right out of the top 10, and we got to get Miker and his
Cool.
proposal in here.
They
So
just
this
need
is
a
an
handful of
open
votes.
source SDK for ApeCoin and DAO analytics because he is a wizard. This guy is gigabrains when it comes to just software, data, analytics, and yeah, if you guys want to check this out, this is pretty cool. He is been our technical advisor for OTHERspace, and love to see him put his ideas out there as well. You
I
know,
just I love seeing all the other Space FM community openly wanting to create and participate and build epic shit to make this whole, Yugaverse better, right? And that's what we talk about since the beginning. That's what we talked about since the beginning, Sean, was how much we wanted to surround ourselves with just artists, creators, builders. And then so when the other side comes into fruition, all of a sudden we have all these vetted and established people who are available, right? Because this is going to be a long-term experience for many of us. And hey, that was one of the biggest takeaways from this weekend is how many people were talking 5 years, 10 years down the line, in
yeah,
terms of just like their desire to be part of the club. And so to have all these builders want to build in that same tenure tells you, man, Web3 is just getting started, guys.
love to see it. And yeah, Miker with other page, lots of things going on for him. He also has an AIP in collaboration with Nova. That's in the idea phase right now that they're gathering feedback on to do ApeCoin powered payments, for games and applications. Like this could set up really the foundation for so many builders to be able to process ApeCoin
Yeah.
in their transactions in their games and apps. So, it's like shit like that where it's like literally building like protocol level shit. You know what I mean?
You,
Like
you know
this
what,
is
bro? To be
the
honest with you, it doesn't
underlying.
surprise me.
Yeah, this is like the sewer systems of building the city, let alone the actual buildings.
So
Like this
I
is the
will
infrastructure.
I will tell you, Sean, some Miami Alpha is that I got asked when Other Space is going to drop our own AIP from so many people this weekend. So we're thinking about it. We're cooking it up. Give us time. It takes time to bake a
Let it
cake, you
cook, let it
know?
cook. We
You
just
don't
got
think
this
we're
thing game. We
you
just
don't
got
think
this
we're
thing
not
game.
working every day like crazy? Come
Yo,
on.
no,
Nah, but
actually, we need help.
yeah, we do. We
We
do.
need help.
We need so
We
much
need so
help.
much help before we do this.
Like, please help us.
Yeah. So, like,
We need an adult.
who knows? Who knows how to write?
I know. I was like, I can't even read. How am I supposed to write? I
Yo,
was I was
we
talking to
just make
Bad Teeth and
videos.
I was like, yo, I'm going blind, but luckily I don't know how to read, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, fuck it. That's why we do videos. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I like
No, but
pictures.
we seriously like we've been thinking about, we've been plotting on it, we've been marking a few things down, but I think this is kind of where it's like we would like to tap into certain people's strengths when it comes to putting everything together and packaging it
Yeah.
because we don't want to do anything remotely close to exploiting the position that we're in or anything like that. But we do want to find a way to be able to do what we love doing and build this into what it could be,
Yeah.
even though there's so many different directions that we could take it, that like it would be great if we can find a way to fund us to just keep going.
Well, also, it would be awesome to fund us to expand on what we're doing and bring more people into the fold, right? Because
Absolutely.
there's so
Everyone
many
so far
talented people out there.
has been volunteers as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
that deserves to be able to get paid, and that also creates reliability because we can't set expectations if people are just offering their, you know, time out of for nothing, you
No,
know?
right?
So
So
I
we'll
think
we'll we'll get there, but you're absolutely right. If there's any talented people in our community that want to offer, that line of communications to us and that guidance, we're open to it. Our DMs are open. But we do want to take a step into making sure we can expand and continue to do this for another year, right? Like it is realistically, and this is why I think Thank Ape is dope, is rewarding the creators in ApeCoin, and what the main point is rewarding them monetarily because so many of us do this because we love it. But at the same time, you need funding to continue to do the journey, and that's where Sean and I are at with OtherspaceFM is we got to figure out how to bring in some dollars to make this make sense.
yeah, because we're both we're both hustling our jobs, hustling right now too.
Yeah, dude.
But
But
yeah, I think
but
if
that's another point.
we can figure it out. We'll
We
figure
will.
it
We
out.
absolutely will,
We'll
dog. The
figure it
community,
out.
listen, the community is it's one of those things that we absolutely love, and we're very blessed that they love us because we've genuinely been friends since we were little boys, and we have the same energy and passion for people as we do for community. And so, no matter what, we're not going anywhere. We just want to do it bigger and badder, and in a way where we got you the same way you guys got us. So this is going to be a start with the Thank A proposal in the right direction,
Yeah.
and we'll continue to build every day. But man, so many talented people out there, and I even got messages from a lot of people who are like, "I'm using this as a first step to actually go and put out an AIP, but I wanted to start here." And I think that's
Yeah.
something that we might even explore is like maybe we explore a little bit further with what we've created, but just a line of series or whatever. So
Well,
if you guys
that's the result of Thank Ape, dude, because shout out to Thank Ape. They're the ones who actually put this up using Prop House, which is the public infrastructure by the Nouns DAO. And this takes away like any creator or anyone with an idea, it takes away that whole process of going through the ApeCoin DAO and its long process that it has. You know what I mean? And it's basically saying, hey, Think Ape already has this ApeCoin secured. It's ready to give out, and let's give out some more of these micro grants for some of these, ideas. And they have a different weighted voting system as well. And this prop house is genius, dude. And I think this could really get people involved if more and more people knew about it. So the fact like that we put in our idea, we typed up our idea in a day, we just sat down and we came together and we're like, all right, what would be beneficial for the ApeCoin community that we're capable of committing to? And we put it out there. And the fact that, currently it's up there in first place at that, like, man, that's fucking awesome, dude. It just
yeah.
inspires me to be like, when's the next one? Because if we need to get down on the next one, we can have multiple ideas and fund that, month by month.
Yo, shout out
You know
to
what I mean?
whoever just voted since we started talking about this because we just went up a few more votes. We're at 374 votes right now.
Oh yeah.
And I'm so insanely
Thank you.
appreciative. You know what I mean? We
Yo,
got we
G
got
is Us has one up there as well, you
where?
know? I think it's under influencers because he was doing something for the
Oh, right
Mochaverse.
here. G is us.
Yeah, yeah, spreading the word about ApeCoin in the Mochaverse to the Mochaverse because the Mochaverse has one of the larger delegate wallets for ApeCoin voting. And so to be able to have a channel to be able to speak to that audience, I think is also really important. That's something that G is us is spearheading.
Well, and that's one of the things I really hope is that whether people win or lose, that they take these ideas and take them to the next evolution, which is that DAO process. If they really feel like, you know what, I still want to pursue this. This will still be valuable. Maybe I didn't get the right votes here, but I'm gonna tweak it and I'm gonna put it out because that was one of the things I think Ape wanted is people to learn a little bit about the DAO process here because it's slightly similar, but then take it perhaps to that next level and put up their own proposal and go through that whole experience. So just curious to see how it all works out. G is us says he was in second place until we pumped ours. Sean and I said,
Shit.
hold my beer real quick. Let's hit up some friends. Nah, man, I'm gonna be real honest, guys. I spent about 10 hours yesterday, and I know Sean spent a shitload of time as well, just messaging, direct messaging every single person I could think of. So, cold calling is the way to sell. Asking for what you want is the way to get it. So just appreciative of that. And I'm sorry, Jesus, I had no idea that.
It's not over. It's
Yeah,
not
it's not
over.
over, by the way. You got 20
So
hours left. So
yeah.
let's all get that support in, get the homies, get all the other Space FM people up there. We still got to get Javi and Marav. They just slipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They slipped down to 6 now, guys. They need at least 10 more votes.
Oh yeah. And you know what? Like there's I think so it looks like I have no votes left on this particular wallet. This is like one of my wallets, but I have another wallet that I voted on with all the homies. And then I think the votes are for each category too. So like for instance, I know I voted for ApeCoin influencers, but if I go to developers, yeah, it looks like I have 10 votes to
Hold
do
on, let's jump
here.
over to your screen real quick.
Oh yeah. So if I what I'm saying is um I have 10 votes left here even if I voted on another category. So just
Oh,
make sure you can
I didn't
submit
know
your
that.
votes for each category.
I really thought it was one vote for one coin thing, so that's fantastic to know.
Yeah. So
Super sick, man. Well, good luck to everyone. We still have, 20 hours left, so get your votes in, support your community members. And Sean just dropped alpha. Vote on different categories because I didn't know you could do that. So that's dope, man.
yeah. You know what? We want to cover a couple of other things. Why don't we go ahead and do that? There's been a few developments since we last talked. One of the developments is, we got this in a group chat. Yuga recently transferred 2,000 other deeds to a fresh ETH wallet.
Dun-dun-dun,
Um,
dun-dun-dun.
you know what? This is a fresh ETH wallet. In addition to
Ooh,
this, they also moved 6 million ApeCoin
ooh.
to that same wallet. Time to decouple some of their other deeds.
Nope.
So,
I don't know. I have a
yeah,
theory.
we'll see. We'll see.
I have a theory.
Some of the deeds that are in there are stacked with codas,
Ah,
chaos.
I want that one.
You know what? So yeah, what do you think is happening? I mean, quickly, I'm gonna give you my take.
All right.
First of all, none of the Yuga other deeds were initially um they were initially like decoupled. So I think we're ready to see all of those convert to decouple them so that then the majority of other deeds will have been in the other deed expanded version. And then also, you know, these were meant to be allocated for developers and partners. And so I'm wondering if they're getting close to doing any of that as well. So yeah, what are your thoughts on all this? You're muted.
My bad. I was asking NFT Traveler for another hot toddy. Um, it helps with the frog voice. So here's my take on that. Is recently we saw that Heavy Metal posted that there'll be ApeCoin rewards in the future. Correct. We also know that Legends of Mara is intended to be posted relatively soon. And what if they happen to follow a similar structure, right? So part of my thought process perhaps was maybe some of this will be some of the reward pool, or maybe deeds will be some of the loot box prizes that will be given or earned or rewarded from Legends of the Mara, right? Like, what would be in a loot box? Loot. What could quantify as a loot? Maybe a deed, maybe a vessel,
Ooh.
maybe a chaos deed if you just beat the super boss the quickest, right?
Ooh.
So that's kind of where I'm thinking is Yuga has always been about rewarding the community for actively participating. So for people who have been grinding in heavy metal and grinding in putting points up, they are said to be getting an ape coin reward for beating those bosses in future seasons. I'm going to imagine your efforts in the first few seasons play into how big or how significant that reward will be, right? So
Mhm.
that was my first thought when you guys shared this earlier today was 2,000 deeds and 6 million ape coins. That's a lot to a lot of people, but that might not be a tremendous amount to Yuga. And they said they wanted to, reward the builders who were building with them, right? So
Yeah.
that doesn't mean just in Otherside. That means building with the Bored Ape culture. That means building with Yuga. So Heavy Metal is building with Yuga. Legends of Mara is building with Yuga. What if they start to reward people who are not just Bored Ape and Mutant, right? What if
Right.
all of a sudden you have a Heavy Metal and you have these cool amps and you put in some time and you beat the boss? Maybe now you're rewarded with some fantastic opportunity to collect a deed, some ape coin, maybe both. So that's where my
Mhm.
mind went right away.
Yo, I like it.
The
I
loot
like it.
boxes make sense, right? Because like, Sean, we saw the Legends of the Mara trailer, which was I think 1,000 years ago at this point now. But in that, we saw these little clips that like there's loot boxes. So I keep thinking there's got to be something cool in there, and they got to have prizes to give away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
maybe
like that. I like that. Someone right here said prize pool, you
T
know.
Blake, he gets it.
Yeah, I'd be really interested to see like how this pans out. First of all, it's we need this. We need them to start decoupling. I would want them to.
Mhm,
Um they're like the largest, allocation of deeds that have yet to be decoupled. So
right,
that should also mean vessels should start to come into the market. The supply of vessels should increase.
right.
And I don't know what that's gonna do at price,
I haven't thought about that
you know?
because if they were to do it all at once while the vessels weren't nested,
Yeah.
that would absolutely crush the price. It would.
Right.
But
Because there's a supply increase, right?
what
Like, all of a
if
sudden, there's a huge supply increase.
what if the vessels got nested, which means they're locked for a period of time, and that starts to become deflationary because boom, those become the Maras, right?
Mhm.
And all of a sudden that's when Yuga decouples because it doesn't really drop the number so much. Like, yes, it does reality wise, but now there's a new amount of vessels that people can buy and nest for whatever season or however that works, if they want to get more. So that kind of makes sense to me. I've been thinking about that a lot because I don't want them to decouple and crash the price, and they don't want to do that either. I would
Yeah.
imagine. I hope.
Yeah, I'm really curious about
Yeah.
it. I'm actually taking this address. I wanna see it on the map. I know recently other decks had
Ooh,
launched this nice little view.
is that
Yeah,
the is
so
that
I wanna
all the
show
deeds
this
they
off.
just took?
This is the new fresh wallet right here.
Ooh, that's a nice
So
ring.
so yeah, you can see it's all like cosmic dream. If actually we go to environment category. No, no. Sentiment distribution. Most of them, 58% are cosmic dream and 42% are infinite expanse. Right there in that middle ring though. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's really interesting because I'm wondering what are they going to do in that ring? Is this meant to be something like, are there going to be a lot of like big partnerships and key developers that develop in these areas, which is pretty much in the middle of the map. You know, like you have the center, like the center clubhouse, like deed. But for someone on the very outer ring of this map, that's probably going to take the longest time for them to travel there. But this is almost like the happy median. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
For
where,
every deed, yeah, I can see that.
yeah, and that's cosmic dream. And so that also means like if the majority of the cosmic dream is kind of taken up, you know, that leaves a lot of cosmic dream um as kind of like it's harder to get for someone outside of
Well
Yuga
well,
because none of these are listed for sale.
and to take that away and to just, like, extrapolate on that, when you're looking on the far left, you see the specific number of deeds, 1,679. Look at all those extras, right? Artifacts, resources, 165 codas, word? Like,
I know, right?
I would like another coda. Are there any green ones in there that are like mine? Are there any megas? Because if I could win a mega by some miracle, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. No, there's
I don't.
no
Yeah, it
megas, no
doesn't
megas.
seem like mega, and I don't think they're done. You know
No.
what I mean?
Ooh, those I want that one 1765. That looks like my guy.
Where
The green one with the cape. Yeah, buddy.
this guy?
That looks like one of my babies. I want
So,
that one.
so yeah, these aren't decoupled yet. So they just transferred. None of these are decoupled. So we'll see.
That's cool. So when you click on that, it took you to all that. Like if you click on artifacts, will it show you all the artifacts?
Where?
How did you get to this coda page?
Oh, so you can go to Voyagers right here
Hmm.
on the very top, and you can click Yuga Labs, which is the top holder, and you can kind of
Oh,
see their distribution, right? But we started to see that they were transferring stuff out.
got it,
And
got it.
this is like the different breakdowns. So you can see like sediment distribution, most of them cosmic dream, right?
Yeah.
You have environment category that's pretty even in terms
Wow.
of like rarity. Everything else, you know, artifact, um, whatever resource. So
Very
anyway,
cool.
as
Very
you go
cool.
through a lot of these, the thing I did was under search address, I just pasted that fresh wallet address, and this is what you should receive.
Nice.
So
Okay.
this is a
That's
fresh
sick.
wallet address. If you go to the other side wiki, you can do some of the same things. You can go into wallet inventory, and this is the fresh address here.
Okay.
And so you get kind of like this is what the UI looks like in Otherside Wiki. The sentiment breakdown, tier two, which ones, how many.
I love
Uh
that there's so many different tools out there, like
I know,
everyone
that's
will
what's so
find one
cool.
that speaks to them.
And then what I could do is I can click show map, and then that will show you specifically that ring
I can't
that
wait
we
to
were
go to
talking
Jason
about.
the Ape's house on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. So two really dope tools. You know, it's dope to have them both at our disposable at our disposal as a community member. You know,
Yeah.
and so I love to see it. You know, so I was just I saw Adam in the chat earlier today, so you know, it was I wanted to show some love as well. You know, seeing other decks kind of just released to a
Yeah.
lot of people.
That's super
Um,
sick.
so yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I love seeing the tools evolve, man. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah, and they
exciting.
do quickly because there's so many more talented people coming to the space, like, earlier, I saw, somebody, you know, post that they just joined Yuga Labs, uh, as an engineer, and it was a little confusing because it was with Marty McApe's old Ape,
I saw that. I
so
had
I
to
was
look
like
in the provenance. I was like, yo. And then I saw it was
yeah.
Marty McApe's old ape, you
I
know?
was a little confused too. I was like, "Marty got hired at Yuga? Well, congrats, dude." And then I'm like, "Oh," because we all have these correlations, but shit happens.
Yeah, no, people
But
get liquidated.
congrats to Yuga for expanding. I don't know if anyone's looked at their hiring page on LinkedIn, but they just put a shitload of jobs up.
Really?
Yeah, bro, a lot. So, I'll be looking to apply because I always want to work for Yuga, and there's some cool things up there. I think there's some other opportunity, but they look for the cream of the crop, and we're part of it. So we'll find a way to rise to the top with them. I think it's cool that that's happening. There's so much going on. I want to jump to two other topics before we kind of wrap the show because I'm in no hurry to go anywhere. By the way, um,
Let's go. Hey,
heavy.
I
It's
want
been
to
a minute.
check in with the fam that's tapping in with us. You guys doing all right? Anything else you guys want us to bring up? Let us know. What are we going to talk about next,
All
dude?
right, so let's talk about how Heavy Metal season 3 is coming to an end. Thank you so much. And Heavy Metal season 4 is
Got
gonna
that
start.
hot toddy
Yeah,
delivered.
got round 2. Oh, it helps the voice, man. Um, it's about to end, and so first off, I was in legendary contention when I went to Miami and I fucked up, and now I'm not gonna get legendary.
No,
Bro, by like 4 points.
no.
So I'm happy to get an epic. But anyways, what I'm excited for is season 4 and the dungeon crawler. And we recently saw someone post a bunch of code about some
Mm-hmm.
actions, some
Mm-hmm.
activities, some somethings that's coming, and
Always something.
yeah, and it leads you to think that the dungeon crawler is gonna have a little bit more action than what we've had as of right now with forging, right? So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
did you see that post I'm talking about, by
Yeah,
the
I'll
way?
bring it up. I'll bring it up.
Alright, sick.
Um, you know, there was a couple people that posted it. Subvert. He was the first one that I saw post it, and then earlier today, Tenacious E, he posted it as well. But I'm gonna bring up the tweet right now.
I I
Let
love
me share my
Tenacious's
screen.
Mega Mutant, man. I still like that's such a cool Mega Mutant.
The Mega Coda.
Mega Mutant, I'm sorry, Mega Coda, yeah.
You got it. You got it.
My
Yeah.
brain doesn't work, guys, right now.
All right. So alpha on Heavy Metal Forge. So what we're seeing is we see some code up here. Um let me make this a little bit
Real
bigger.
real quick, while Sean does that, guys, please like the video if you're hanging out with us still at this point. If you're new to the community, please subscribe to our YouTube. We're gonna be putting out a lot more videos in the next few months. And if you're hanging out, take a little sip, hang out, and
Yeah, come chill
indulge.
with us. Come
These are
hang
the
with us.
adulting hours. All
Dude,
right,
I
what am
love
I
this. This
looking
is
at?
like my favorite new like thing to do now.
Me
It's
too. I
just
look forward to this all week. I didn't want to miss this, and thank you for Sean being accommodating to push it. Because if you would have heard me yesterday, oh my god,
oh
it
my god.
it would have
Come
been
on,
bad
man.
for everybody.
Dude, that's one thing is like none of what we should do should be like putting us under stress. Like
100%.
we're doing this out of the love and we're doing it for free. Like none of this should be something we should really stress out about. So like, I love the fact that we can be flexible. Community is very gracious.
Yeah, yeah,
Gives us so much grace if, like today, like we're running behind because like all the technical difficulties. So it's just like, you know what? No need to stress, dude. This is all for fun at the end of the day.
yeah. And I really think more than anything, um, we love doing this and keep showing up. So like, when we look at stuff like I need pets too, Sean. So how explain to me why I need pet. What does this mean? What am I looking at? Like I see
Okay, first of all,
legendary, hollow,
yeah, we have
reaver.
Miker in the chat right now who helped really take the game data API and he's really the gigabrains behind the OPEXT Chrome extension and other page. So, Miker, what are we looking at here? Where did they find this? And we want your take, but I'll give you my take.
It's inside the computer.
Yeah. So we see Hollow, Reaver, Celestial, they're all numbered, right? and then obviously legendary is number 1. And they're all categorized with this O. And then we have guest. Number 9, guest. So that tells
I
me
mean,
free to play.
oh,
I think we're about to see free to play mode be enabled. Have people who don't own a heavy have a new type of heavy, or possibly a roll of the dice, or some way to take someone similar to like what Rec League did, where they have like an opportunity to like play with someone's. It's not exactly like Rec League, but the whole idea of like someone can own it, and then someone who is there to play for free could potentially play with it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That would make sense, man. And you know, every conversation that we've had recently with anybody, it makes me think about when Spencer Tucker was talking about the interoperability of moving.
This is so
Uh,
good.
bro, so is this, by the way.
This is so good. What are you? Is your hot toddy? Oh, is that your
No,
vodka?
my boy Vodka. Look at this. Look at the
This is so
spinning
good.
image. This
This
is
is
my
so good.
look at my face on my
I'm
bottle.
I'm
Hold,
good right now.
hold on. Yeah,
You know what
let's
I
just
mean? I'm good.
I need this
We're
picture
talking
right here in
heavy.
real life.
We're talking heavy metal. We're talking.
Oh man.
Oh, dude. All
I
right.
love you,
Living
Sean.
the dream.
All right,
Living the dream.
so I lost what I was saying because I got too excited. No,
Okay, guess. Free
there's
to
a cool.
play.
No. I was saying, you know, I think about Spencer Tucker talking about that interoperability back in the day, and when he would talk about like, could you imagine being like this in one game, but like this in the other game? You know, but it's the same thing. It's the same assets, the same thing you own. And you know, earlier, when
Your
you were just
refrigerator.
yeah, exactly. You heard Rec League talking about that. What one specific comment I heard was that's why Yacht invested in so many different companies so that they could collaborate with each other. And I thought,
Mhm.
oh, that's fucking interesting. Because if you're at such a high investment, they kind of got to listen, and then all of a sudden your game piece is going on all these things. So what if, Sean? What if the Rec League mechs could come in as the guests? What if it's not free to play? What if it's bringing in another character in? I think it could be free to play, but I'm also ideating like, what if the guest means free to play or bring your own asset from a different game in, which could be that, you know what I mean? Maybe that's too bold of a dream,
Okay.
but
Yeah. You know what? It's probably too bold of a dream, but I like the dream. I think that's the idea of it all. You know, we want to contribute towards building toward this idea of the open metaverse, right? Where things are interoperable, things interchange. And I think Yuga is really displaying a lot of that, you know. And I think more and more people are going to start to realize like their game assets have utility and value in all these other things besides that one game.
right,
You
right,
know, Heavy Metal Forge though, that's 6 seasons long, and I don't think it's going to last, you know, beyond that. I think by that time we will have evolved our heavies into Evo 2 and eventually Evo 3. And then there's no going back. It's kind of like, okay, now what do we do with Evo 3? And then there's probably plans for that,
right.
right? We're not going to go back to building tiles. So I think that's where you know, this game is going to be finite. Should they incorporate all these other IPs into this? Like, it's a little stretched for me. But I do think that they can, as a test, almost as an experiment, like try this free to play mode and see like what happens with some sort of matchmaking with someone who owns it. And like, for instance, what's going to happen to all the people that own like multiple heavies, but they go into the dungeon crawler and it requires way more time with for that heavy. It's not
Right.
something where you like, oh, let me upgrade this and then let it go passively in the background and go to these other attend these other heavies. It's like, no, you're in the rift, and now you got to go explore, you got to go fight, you got to do all these things. And so it's like, well, what about all those other heavies? Is there a passive way? Like, what is passive voting, by the way?
Right,
But
right.
is there a passive way I'd be able to like get votes? Hey, maybe that's by leveraging your heavy for the free to play mode.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
know,
okay. I can see
something
that.
like that.
I can
You
see
know,
that.
I don't know, but
Well, that
it's
that's interesting idea, right? Like you maybe you sign up for the guest experience, which means you let people use yours, and through doing that, you get these passive votes. Because you're
maybe
absolutely
I
right.
don't know.
Well, no, that's a good idea. Because one of the interesting parts that we've talked about is like for all the people delegated 20, 30, 50, people are playing up to 100. You're not going to do a dungeon crawler with 100 of them. I mean, maybe if you don't ever plan on sleeping, but it's highly unlikely that you're gonna be able to thrive, right? I
Like,
don't we haven't
who
seen the game,
knows?
but that's
Yeah,
what I'm
who
saying.
knows?
Maybe. But then you
Well,
see
I told the people that delegated to me. I got two people, two homies, and I was like, "Hey, just so you know, like potential ApeCoin rewards. So you know, that just so you know, like, hey, if you want to play it yourself, your heavies are ready to go.
right,
You
right,
know,
right. Yeah.
um,
So
and
let's
there's
jump
potential ApeCoin rewards. But sorry, real quick, this last thing,
that's what I
I
wanted to
think.
touch on.
Okay,
Like, literally, that's what I was like, "What is fighter? What is crafter? What is explorer? And then what
okay,
is attack, range, speed, battery, shield,
let's go
radar,"
through
right?
that first category.
Let's go
So
through it.
you got fighter, crafter, and explorer. Um, let's start with you. What is when you see that? What's your take on season 4?
So what's my take is that we know we gotta go to that big portal because what we're assuming is you're gonna go through it for the rift in some
You
capacity,
gotta
either
go to the rift.
right? And so when you go to that, are you gonna choose to fight? Are you gonna choose to craft? Or are you gonna choose to explore, right? Because we might go in there and find new things that we need to bring back to the forge to craft. We might need to go in there and
Blueprints,
fight. Yeah,
blueprints.
yeah, exactly. We might need to go fight a boss to achieve that ape coin reward, which they told us will happen. To explore, maybe the exploration is what gives you that passive voting, right? Like that's a variable to me that I don't fully understand because explore what? I don't know.
Well, that's part of the like the dungeon crawler part of it. You know what I mean? To me, at least, like I'm thinking when I look at the game guide, there's this section right here, and you know, it says like go beyond your forge, explore, survive, and prepare, and then fight to the finish. So just to reiterate, after 3 seasons, a strange new portal opens, but only to some. Your generated energy will determine whether you can enter and how far you can go. So we do know after some developments that um, the strange portal opens. So that's that rift portal that's all the way in the back, but only to some. You need to have it in view. So you don't need to connect to it anymore. You at least need to have it so that black curtain is gone and that you have it in view. So just build enough tiles to actually like push that black curtain away. And as long as you can see the rift portal, you should be able to go in. But obviously, your forge capacity is going to mean a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So explore, survive, and prepare. Discover the rift's secrets, dangers, and rewards.
Mm,
So starting with that right here, discover. That's part of the exploration, which is part of that explorer kind of role that we saw in the code, right? And then it says um, craft legendary equipment to get ready for what's next. And so I think that's part of the prepare
yeah.
side of things is like we may find blueprints to craft legendary equipment, and we may have seen like this played out in that anime trailer
Yeah.
that they released where you know he was cooking up something and he was already thinking about and training that you know Jeff the heavy metal was like cooking it in this microwave. It was finally done, the timer was done, boom,
Right.
he popped that on, started training, and then all of a sudden he just got that big ass beam
Right.
and blew through that boss. And then it says fight to the finish. Epic fortune is around the corner, so are epic beasts. Compete with other heavies for a piece of the treasure that awaits. Time and loot is limited, so defeat the raid bosses before the rift closes. So it's
Ooh.
saying defeat the raid bosses. So there's more than one raid boss.
Right.
And then we also learned that
The
there's
rift will
rewards.
close.
There's rewards for 8 coin
Hmm.
for each of the bosses.
Yeah. I mean,
So I can't
Bastard
see.
said this in the chat, and I think this is a great way to think about it. And maybe he's right. Explorers look for the item, craft turns the found items into weapons, fighters use crafted weapons, right? So when we look back to those previous commands, I can see parallels there. That makes sense to me. That was a great breakdown, guys. Every time you want to see the next announcement, always look back at the original website and read through, because Yuga is like next level at telling us everything we didn't know, but we don't know what it means at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice to kind of go back and just kind of revisit some of the words and then just put things, okay, now that we know all this, what does it all mean?
Right. Yeah.
But
I might want to watch that Jeff video later again a few times, to be real honest with you, because
yeah,
there's probably some alpha in there that I
we,
haven't caught
we
yet.
can we can end our stream with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm
But
I'm excited for season 4, Sean. I'm not ready. I haven't touched any fourth portal on any of them. Uh, most of them I haven't even started to the fourth portal. My 594 Reaver, which is the one I started on day 1. I'm
mhm.
currently on a 70-hour build for my third portal. So I'll have 3 completely maxed out portals with an 18 average tile, but haven't even started to the fourth. So I think I have about 60 hours left on that one. Still haven't spent 1 ape coin the whole game, except, buying votes in the last little bit. And I fumbled that because I shouldn't have even bought votes since I fucked up the Miami trip. But
Damn, man, why? Yo,
I fumbled. You know what, guys? This tells you this game is a lot of planning. There's a lot more to it. And I think because I got frustrated with the game, I kind of got a little over it. I've heard a lot of other people say the same thing, but then that Ape rewards announcement came out and it reinvigorated everyone's excitement. You know what I mean? Because we think about the game. A lot of people are saying it's a long mint. I don't think it's a long mint per se. I think if it's more of a staking experience, right? Because it's a time lock. Everything is time locked and action is time locked. And in order to not be a security, if they're going to give us any rewards, we have to do an action. And so I see that as why we're doing the time locks. And perhaps, the larger the battery, that actually means the more time locked you did, or you paid for gears to achieve that action faster. So I'm very curious.
yeah. Here's the finally found the screen that
No worries.
I
In the
wanted to
meantime,
share.
Bastard said, "Is legendary not even doable anymore? Like, how down bad are you?" If I were to get top 30 the next 2 days, I would still lose by 2 points. So, no matter what I did, I fucked up this weekend because I had so much fun that I fumbled legendary amp this weekend.
Damn,
Bro, I was in
like it.
100 I was in 111th when I went to Miami, and I was 144th when I came back from Miami. So, oof, is
All
right.
right. Well,
But
here's
still
topic.
6 seasons. There's still 6 seasons, right? So maybe I can get a legendary next season.
Yeah, you never
We'll
know.
find out. We'll find out. TBD.
Stay tuned for next season. So, what am I supposed to do leading up to the rift opening? I'm scared. Hold my hand. Build up energy. Build out tiles until you can see the rift portal. Got it? But why build up energy? Yo, so
Keep doing
yo.
the voice.
Why build up energy?
All right, energy equals rift access plus heavy upgrades.
Why get into the rift?
Passive voting and new items to beef up your heavy.
Why beef up my heavy? Does it take protein shakes?
To prep for the raid boss battle.
Duh. Why do we care about the big raid boss?
Apecorn rewards.
Yay!
What about my BAYC, MAYC, and BAKC?
Each will have its own unique perks. God damn it. Settle down.
Oh my god, dude. So my first thought, Sean, is have you ever seen those scammer videos where the guy does the old lady? I was like, I'm buying whatever you just did that with because I need that. Absolutely, that made my day. Bro, so this has a lot of alpha right here, and I think the biggest takeaway is the ApeCoin rewards. That's the obvious, right? We want to be rewarded. Second big one is that each BAYC, MAYC, BAKC will have its unique perks. That immediately makes me regret not posting any of their items in my forges, right? Because maybe that's related. How are we going to get those perks? Did we have to build those items already, or is it in the future? We'll see. We'll see,
Yeah.
bro.
All right. Hey, you know what? Want to do a quick transition. Is it okay if we switch? Frank the Tank style switch.
Let's switch it up.
Okay. Nardwar. yo. Yo, shout out fucking Hobby, dude.
I know.
love that guy. All right. Rec League.
Rec
So
League.
earlier there was a space. I DM'd you or I texted you. I was like, yo, there's a great space going on with some of the people from Rec League. I know the CEO from Enway was his name TK.
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
And he was just talking about it. It was a gaming space, something. I forget what the. Let me see if I can pull
It
it
was
up.
by
real
DAP
quick.
Radar.
Oh yeah, DAP Radar.
And they hosted the space where they interviewed him, and he asked a lot of really insightful questions. Got really excited as a fanboy. I only heard about a third of it. I'm trying to be like grateful and get my gym time in, so I had the AirPod in while I was working out, and there was a lot of exciting stuff. But this is something I've been looking forward to talking to you about all day because it seemed like they dropped a ton of alpha today in that interview.
Yeah, I don't want to say like they dropped a ton of alpha, but I'm also trying to read in between the lines. Like there was actually really good discussion based on the questions that were asked. So shout out DAP Radar. But what I'm thinking is, the first kind of comment I had as a text to you and Jacques was, I didn't know that there will be a process and guidelines for putting up your Rec League mech for sale.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
They dropped that previously, but quickly. But did they extrapolate on it? Because they basically said
yeah.
like you, in order to sell those copies, you have to win 3 tournaments.
Okay, no. So the founders boxes, in order to make those sellable, you have to play and win 3 battles,
Oh,
not
okay,
tournaments.
just
That
battles.
yeah, and that was for the founders boxes, which those mints are going to be coming up. Those will actually be claimable. So those are mechs that in the first round codas will be able to claim, and I think that's happening on the 31st, like in a
Yep.
couple of days.
Yeah. 2 days.
So we'll be able to claim those founder boxes, and in order to actually trade them and sell them, you need to win at least 3 matches.
That's a really smart way to do that, so people don't
Yeah.
just claim and dump.
Okay, but the thing that I'm talking about is when the free to play, when the Web 2 version comes out. So there's going to be, like, for the first foreseeable time, it's going to be browser based and mobile based. And we can design our mechs, we can construct them, we can deconstruct them, they turn into NFTs, we can build all the shit, we can enter in tournaments. But pretty soon, probably early next year, there's going to be in the App Store Rec League, the game. And when someone from Web 2 goes to play that game, they will have the ability to purchase mechs, and the mechs that are available for sale are going to be copies of the NFTs. And
That's so sick.
so, Jason, if you have a Rec League mech that you've really taken a lot of time to assemble, get together, you're between all of your mech boxes, you're deciding, hey, this is going to be my fucking OP mech. Like, I'm putting all my best parts into this mech. And you put that up. There's actually going to be guidelines and some limitations on when and how long you can have that up for sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it has to get locked. Like, you can't sell it while it's up available for sale.
Ah,
That's the type of stuff where I'm like, oh, I didn't realize there was like a process and some guidelines for putting your mech up for sale. It kind of makes sense. But you can imagine getting your mech prepped up and putting up for sale prior to a big tournament and making sure you have it up for sale during that window of time. Because when you go to construct your mech, it's very possible you may only be able to have it up for sale so that you can generate revenue from that 50% revenue cut from Web 2 copies, right? But it could potentially only be available for sale for a limited time. So people in Web 2 could see that and be like, oh shit, this is what's available right now, and be able to participate in potentially getting that particular mech
that's even
for
more
that price.
exciting because of how many combinations they say is possible, right? So, like,
Yeah. So you
if
can
there's
keep reworking it and
right.
then putting it up for sale. Yeah,
And that's what they talked
exactly.
that was one of the parts I did catch was that, the Majestic box comes with 10 pieces, that's enough to make a mech. The booster part box comes with 5 pieces, that's enough to tinker with your creation and kinda make variables, right? I myself ended up, with a common, uncommon, rare, and legendary. Didn't secure the Yuga box, unfortunately, but I know some of our homies did. So shout out to Gene, shout out to Reaper, shout out to so many other homies that got it that I can't think of right now. I'm very, very, very happy for you. Um,
So happy
no,
for you.
so fucking happy. No, but like sincerely I am
Fuck
because
you. No.
I know because sincerely I am because
No,
to be honest
seriously,
with you,
dude. The
I
Yuga
hope
Legendary? God
well, I
damn.
kinda hope it is what we talked about earlier is that we can start to trade with friends, right? Like, "Yo, I
Yeah,
can't
fucking
play
let's
this
run
week,
it.
but, like, I could trade you my Yuga whatever
Dude.
and put it to yours and let's go." You know what I
And
mean?
here's kind of the other part that, we were sharing, and I think we were getting really excited because, like, we talked about doing like other league. I'm gonna put it out there. We've been talking about other league. We got other league.eth. We want to host our own community events. And Rec League can actually help facilitate that and set that up. And they're offering a way for communities to put on their own tournaments.
Did I hear you could change the arena background? 'Cause, if I, heard that correctly, immediately I thought another Space FM arena.
Wait, what did you? What?
I
Back up.
heard
I don't know what you're talking about right
for
now.
the rec league, I heard some point today, I believe I heard that the battle arenas that you'll be fighting in will be customizable.
Okay. All right. So here's let me elaborate on, maybe if you heard it from me, let me try and like
Uh,
elaborate what was said.
okay.
So they one of the things in the space today that TK was talking about was it's almost like franchising
Mm,
the the like, you're having like rec league shops. So imagine if Other Space had a mech store, okay, in Rec League, and then that could actually host mechs that are available from Other Space members. You know what I'm saying? So there's a way to franchise some of these things. Yeah, this is all like the founders boxes. But but yeah, I think there's going to be mini stores and collections that people will be able to browse through, which I think is really cool and interesting. So, if we collectively wanted to come up with like, hey, make sure like each week we out of the community we host the top mechs available for sale that gets featured in the other space mech
Ooh,
store,
I love that.
and then we can see if we can help generate revenue and attention toward that other space mech store. It's almost like a franchise.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's that potential as well. And then the other thing we can do as a community is we could potentially save up to buy an arena.
Mm,
And an arena, we would be able to host our own tournament and upgrade it over time, because like they'll have different tiers of an arena, like a virtual arena. And with the arena, it enables you to host your own rec league tournaments, and the event organizers could very well get a cut to help
interesting.
organize that. And then based on the attributes of that arena, it can determine how many people can enter that
Mm,
tournament, how many people the customization of it. So, perhaps like in this particular arena, these are the areas that are customizable. Maybe showcase like some of your favorite NFTs, etc. And then maybe in upgraded versions, you can do more branding, etc. And
nice.
then even as more event people, like as the arenas get bigger, you can increase the amount of people that can participate. You can potentially earn a larger cut of the revenue sharing based on the price per participant, and things like that. And so they're coming up with like a new way to host community tournaments and have the rec league kind of like expand to not just like exclusive license deals for these tournaments. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
right.
it's kind of expanded to the community, and they're coming up with a foundation for people to actually take part in that. So I think that's something like it's right up our alley where it's like, yo, if enough people in our community would like to participate in rec league and think we can get people to compete in it, whether it would be the mech owners that are pairing up with the gamers, or you know facilitating that ourselves, or however we want to be able to do this, like even if it's within other guilds, like we can all kind of rotate through the different tournaments that we have amongst the community and kind of build up like who are our best mech, what are the best mechs that we can have as a community, like in other space, and then who are the best players that we have in other space. And let's pit them against the best of the best in these other communities as well.
Yeah,
And in this particular case, we'll host the tournament.
yeah,
And
yeah.
if we host it, whoever hosts it in that arena, we would be able to get a cut. And then same, jump into another community where they'd be able to do it. So that's pretty interesting. What are your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, immediately my first thought is like, let's figure out a way where we can do that because, like, we have our other Space FM wallet. We both individually minted. I saw other guilds saying they're hosting, something where they're hoping people can
They're
play
looking
with
for
their mech.
gamers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gamers and such exactly. And so that's the right mindset to be in, I think. And so for me, I'm always thinking about the communal experience, and I'm like, yo, what if there's a way where people can sign up to be part of the experience by submitting a piece of a mech to our wallet, and then we have that core group, and you're like, cause you submit. I'm gonna wait. Sean got disconnected because you submitted that piece of the mech. Now you get 1/10 of the prize pool. You know what I mean? Because you're part of the squad. So,
Oh,
but the overall greater whole purpose is like building up the thing, right? So, like
fucking
for me,
sick ass mech.
right, yeah, like, I've minted 4 boxes. I'm not gonna play 4 mechs at the same time. I'm gonna build up the best I can out of that one. What am I gonna do with all those spare
Yeah.
parts? Yo, maybe I kick
And
it
I
over to
got
us.
something, you know, like,
Right.
yeah,
And we
I'll
all throw
contribute to
one
this.
piece. We all throw one piece over, and then we find our gamer, and he's our jockey in a sense, right?
Mm,
And like we communally split that reward, or we find a way to reward the community, or whatever. Just thinking out loud after a little bit of
yeah,
but
yeah. A
but
little bit of this, a little bit of that.
but to be honest, I would be down to do that. I'd be down to like open up my boxes and throw a mech piece. I'm not saying more than one. I'm saying just at minimum one. And per piece you give, maybe that's how much rewards you get back, right?
Yeah,
Maybe. That's
maybe,
something to
maybe.
explore, but I love that we're continuously thinking about community engagement and how not in community engagement, community participation in these gaming experiences. I've never been in a game where I'm like, "Yo, we can win together. So let's figure out how to win the most together."
Yeah.
Right? Because if everyone can throw in a head and someone's like, "Yo, I don't have any, but I'm a fucking amazing gamer." Like,
All
"All
right.
right, cool. Let's
So
figure that
check it
out."
out. Check it out. Here's the scenario that can actually play out. So bear with me on this. Like, let's say collectively, we got a few people in the chat, who here has the actual majestic box that they actually, minted. Let us know in the chat. But let's say, Jason, you got a few parts, I got a few parts. Let's say it's 50-50 on a mech. We just
Right.
put our best parts in there. Maybe some other people from the chat want to get in on this. They're like, yo, I got some parts to offer that are pretty good. Bastard. Okay, Bastard's in. All right,
Yeah.
Bastard's putting in some parts. Okay. We all put in some parts. We're all sharing rewards, whatever. But there is this whole concept of like almost like pink slips, where if we put up our mech and we have a fighter, like a gamer that's gonna fight with our mech, you can actually put your shit on the line. And if you win, you get their mech and their parts and the rewards. And if they win, they get our mech and break it down into parts and get our rewards.
I mean,
But
that's a
if you win, you essentially get a notch on your mech that actually could showcase the value, because that actually could potentially have more value because this has been put on the line this many times. Imagine 10 fucking wins in a pink slip battle where you're like, yo, this fucking mech, to see those 10 notches that are on the fucking armor right there, like that's showcasing that it went through 10 battles and won without fucking getting destroyed and deconstructed.
I mean,
How crazy is that?
I think that's gonna happen. I mean, Captain Trippy, when we had him on deck side the other day, we were talking about rec league and such. I don't know if it was on the show or post,
Mhm.
but he said he's for sure doing pink slips with some people, and I think a lot of people would do that. I myself, I don't know if I'm gonna go that route until I have like 3 or 4, comfortable mechs in my army, let's say, and figure that out. But what I'm thinking about when we're talking about that, like, hey, listen, let's imagine that most people just got one box. And in that box, you have a handful of parts, and they're tiered, right? So they're not all going to be the same tier. If I got a legendary box, they're not all going to be legendary pieces. We know that because of the breakdown they showed us. So what if I'm like, yo, Sean, I got a legendary. What's the best you got? Cool. You're gonna offer the best you got. I'm gonna offer the best piece I got, and we're gonna find all the people we know with the best pieces they have. And now we've assembled this awesome piece. That doesn't mean it's gonna be a winner. According to everything I've heard from Wec League, they basically said you can have all the best ingredients, but if you don't know how to cook, it's not gonna be good, right? So now we got to find that gamer, and we got to find that player, and we got to find that right team. And so this is a synergy I'm looking forward to, because now that idea I had it like
Yeah, and
five
they
minutes
said
ago.
like rarity as well can can play into it, but it doesn't necessarily mean like all Yuga Legendary is going to be the best. Like it
Exactly.
comes down to play style as well.
So that could always be a fun thing with that idea that I just suggested a minute ago. Maybe it's like for one tournament because they said a season will be about 6 months earlier today, and they said there's going to be multiple seasons. So what I'm thinking is like, imagine we're like, yo, I'm gonna throw in a piece. That's only for a short period of time, right? It's like for 6 months or a month. Because what if you want to sell that piece? What if all of a sudden that piece becomes more desirable? Because exactly what you just said, somebody else did that. They made this killer heavy, and he has that one piece that you have. And now that's worth 3 ether for whatever reason. You might want to go, hey, I gotta break, I
No
gotta break
shit.
up. I know I'm hoping. And he's like, I gotta break up the mech. Because that's gonna happen. People are gonna throw down pieces and gonna be like, "Yo, I need my piece back because I gotta sell it." Or you guys want to
Yeah,
buy it from
yeah.
me, or how do you want to do it?
I need to reconstruct this bad boy, so I gotta
Yeah,
break it down. I gotta.
yeah. So it's gonna be fun to explore that. I'm looking forward to hitting up homies and not trading. Trading before sounded like a good idea, but now I'm thinking working with, right? So
Yeah, I
like
like that. I
let's
like that.
figure out how we could own the most badass mech together, uh,
Okay.
and and kind of explore that world because
Yeah.
someone who's a beast that's like crushing that wants to get bought in that web too it's a volume play. Even at 50%, what are they going to sell them at? $10, $20,
Yeah. It's
$30?
not gonna be like $100, $200, 3 ETH
No,
purchase in Web
no,
2. Hell no.
no, hell no.
Hell
But
no.
you want that volume. You want 100 of those to sell. You want 1,000 of them. You want 10,000 of them to sell. Who knows if we're going to have that gamer experience right off the bat? But bro, I'm excited for Rec League. Like, I'm legitimately very excited for Rec
They're
League.
doing the most different thing that's out there in the space, in my opinion. Like this thing is a full-on game. They're bridging Web 2 with Web 3 in a really interesting way. And they're starting off with this whole idea of like the creator mode. They were saying it was like because it wasn't like real-time controller based like fighting, this is more in line with kind of like a racing game where like it depends on the car that you build
Right.
and the way you tune it and then the way you drive it. So it's a little more holistic in that sense. Um
Bro, I want
so
to see that Gran Turismo movie. Have you seen that clip though?
no, but I've been listening to some podcasts about it, just because
Oh,
like
it looks so
not
cool.
all video games translate well to like box office smash hits, but at the same time, like this could be a very like much like a win-win. And I think the storyline, because it's based on a true story,
Mm,
someone who played Gran Turismo, working through simulation, and it actually does really well racing professionally.
so
And
crazy.
so I think that's pretty cool. But it was released internationally first, and then they delayed the US release. So
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
man, I've been kind
Either
of
way,
like,
it just
yeah,
it
I've
was
been
it's
I've
a
been
cool
paying
concept
attention.
because I'm like, yo, video games and that reality, that metaphysical experience. That's what we're always talking about is that metaphysical. Where is the line between the physical and the metaverse? And there is some reality in between. So I look forward to it, man. You know what, Sean? I think this is a good time to wrap, dog. We're coming up on 2 hours. I
Yeah,
appreciate every single one of you who's hung out. I appreciate you, Sean, so much, and I look forward to other Space FM this Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitter. Please come through. We're gonna be re- recovering. I'm still recovering. We're going to be decompressing, talking about so many other topics that are coming up. Season 4 of Heavy Metal kicks off this Thursday, so we'll definitely be excited about
just a few
that,
days left.
bro. At this point, I'm pretty sure that I'm just getting an epic, so I'm gonna have a few extra
Yeah, good
votes.
luck,
So,
everyone.
if anyone needs some votes, DM me. I could probably get you a few. Um,
Hey, the other space Discord, we've been dishing them out, man. Like, I've seen so many people step up to the plate, conscious, that comes off the top of my head, like people just peeping the energy votes channel, and anything that goes down, like I'm seeing votes thrown out. So
I
hop
wish
into the
you guys could see
VC.
this.
I know, man. This those eyes look really cool, dude. Like whatever you're
Applied
holding up.
primates what did I call it? Dridgens.
Yeah, you call it
It's
dridgens.
He
It's
says
origins.
origins. I can't read. We told you this at the beginning of the episode. But guys, remember this Thursday, in the Other Space FM Discord, we already have it in our giveaway tab. We'll be giving away one of these that I took away from the MAYC event. It's made by Apes, issue number 1, Applied Primates Origins. Whoever wins that, we will ship it to you internationally, domestically. I don't give a shit. I want someone out there from our community to have this. If you did not have the opportunity to grab one, if you were there and you want to win a second one, I don't care. Go for it too. That's cool. Just a little love for you guys. But
Oh yeah.
this has been this is one of my favorite shows of the week. If you guys haven't already, please let everyone know about Other Space FM, including your mom, your gardener, just whoever you talk to. Just start talking about Other Space FM. Let them know that we love them. But hit the like button, subscribe, all that general stuff as well.
Yeah, help us out on YouTube. A little comment. That'd be sick, dude. We've been growing. We've been like our goal was to really grow the YouTube. I think that was like the main thing is like let's get besides the Twitter space, which that's what kind of helped us get established. That's always going to be there. That's like bread and butter. We love it. We're like that's always core, and that's Other Space FM. And then now we're starting to think about like what does Other Space PM look like? What does Other Space Deck Side look like, which is our podcast kind of interview series thing. What video content can we put out? We really want to do this ApeCoin how-to video tutorial series, and just find ways we can like provide value to the community and like look to take it to the next level this next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't forget to get your votes in. Less than 20 hours to get your votes in. Lots of really amazing builders. Please, besides our shit, like check out the other people that are putting out dope ideas.
Right now, Javi and Marav are in 6. Jesus is in 8. So give them some love if you can. If you already have, thank you. Like Sean said, so many other good proposals out there for amazing things that can be made by the community, and it just goes to show how many talented people are part of the club.
And shout out
We're
Thank
very
Ape for
lucky.
the opportunity. You know what I mean? Like
very
this
crucial.
is making it so much easier for people to kind of like put their idea out there without so much friction from the actual ApeCoin DAO. You know what I mean? Because like putting up your own AIP, your own ApeCoin improvement proposal in the actual ApeCoin DAO, that's really intimidating. Like you got to go through like the idea phase, which stays in 7 days, and then goes and moves into the drafts, which gets has to get approved by the council and all this stuff, and then goes into voting eventually, and then you got a campaign for it. It's just like this prop house, like Thank Ape, like they already got the funds ready to go. They're ready to distribute it to some really cool ideas, and it was just way easier for us to just kind of feel like we can put it out there without overthinking it, without over polished. But we're ready to deliver everything that we kind of said, because it was something we wanted to do anyway, to be honest with you. So it would be great if we can be compensated to do this. And then we know because it's impacted us individually, like that, running Other Space, there's an operating cost with all of this, from the Discord to the bots to Notion to the hosting. We want to do podcasting. There's podcast hosting. It's like all these different things.
Well, and to be honest with you, one of the things I've learned from this experience as well, while looking at the other proposals for Thank Apes and getting DMs from people who are like, I don't really care to win this. I'm just using it as a test base. I'm going to put it through AIP afterwards. One, I love you guys, but that shit, don't tell me that, because that irritated me a little bit, because I'm like, do this because you want to, do the other one because you want to. Don't do this because you think it's a stepping stone to something else. Do it because you genuinely want to give your support and your effort to it. And secondly, it made me think, if they could do it as a stepping stone, we absolutely better do it because we want to do this and we're going to do this anyways. And if there's an opportunity to figure out how to help more people in the community understand what we might understand, we absolutely want to do that. And that's one of the things I love about Sean and I figuring out how to give education in any form we can to anyone out there. You know what I was told this weekend was that at some point at 3 in the morning, Tiger is Fine told me that at some point at 3 in the morning, I was at a pizza spot trying to onboard strangers into the Bored Ape and NFT culture. That's what it's about. Talk to everybody and tell them about OTHERspace FM.
He is not lying.
Not at all.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
we
Oh
love
my
you
god.
guys. Let's
Yeah.
wrap it, Sean.
Love you, Lady Versailles. Renando Hayes, real quick, said, do you think that in September, Otherside may have some reward mechanism? Yeah. We need to get rewarded.
Yeah, the reward
And I
is you
think
get
it's
to
going to
be
be through
friends.
the shattered loot. You know what I mean? We talked about that a little bit earlier. But you know what?
Shout out to Boomer for being one of the largest vessel holders in the entire Yugaverse. I am so curious to see how that plays out because I know it's going to be a big fucking deal. But I'm
Yeah,
excited to get back in Discord and connect with all you guys. It's been like a solid 4 days and it feels like too long.
yeah, and speaking of Discord, someone asked recently, like, because we're waiting on this Other Side Legends of the Mara trailer, and someone had asked, like, what did you take away from that? And one of the things, like, I took away, and Jason, feel free to jump in and share your takeaways, but like the trailer, like, one, I didn't see much of anything that had to do with farming, sediment, right? It was all about hunting and defeating the shattered. Am I right in recollecting that? Because at this point, I saw it once, it was there, and now it's been weeks since I've seen it,
Bro,
and it's hard for me to like
you know
really.
what I just thought like PM showed it to me on his cell phone because I missed the big display, right? And I saw him in Miami. I should have asked him to show me it again.
Yo,
Like,
missed
yo, real
opportunity.
quick, just let
Missed
me.
opportunity.
No, but you're absolutely right because the Kodas get to fight right away.
Yeah,
The vessels need to nest. They need to
they
cook a
need to
little
nest
bit.
that first season.
Yeah, so
And
I think
so,
the first season, those Kodas are gonna have a major competitive advantage.
yeah, and I think it's all about defeating the Shattered in the first season. You know what I mean? So, like,
And that based on singularly that concept, Sean, I think right away Coda Price should resurge a little bit because if they get
once
to
that, so you're saying once that trailer comes out, you can maybe you would think that people would be like, "Yo, why are there only Kodas fighting in this right now?" And it's because Legends of the Mars season 1 only show like it shows Kodas, they don't need to nest.
yeah,
Like the
they just get to
vessels,
go.
yeah, they get to go. That's one of the benefits. And so here's the other concept is teaming up. And it was hard for me to be like, did I think this? Did I see this? I really wish the trailer was here so
I
I could
think
just.
there was like 7 spots, 5 to 7
There's
card
5
spots.
spots for
Okay,
sure because I
okay,
was like, "Oh, tier 5 deed, 5 worker slots." That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking
cool.
at a tier 5, 5 worker slots. But why are there 5 codas? Who has 5 codas? And then I was
Bad
like,
teeth.
yeah. And then I was like, but no one else could relate besides Bad Teeth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then I remember it saying like team up. And then, I've always speculated that they would have some sort of teaming up mechanism ever since they announced the Battle Ally NFTs. And they've implemented it into Battletown with the bounties.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
whole
yeah,
fact
yeah,
that we're
yeah, yeah.
teaming up as 5. And again, Figgy, he was saying, hey, you have a core group of 5 people going through the other side. It's like, there's a sweet spot of 5 people that we're
Well, and
seeing. You know
that's a
what I mean?
lot to get because, like, let's imagine most people might have 1 coda, right? And
Mm.
I should rephrase that. Not many people have codas, and most people probably have 1 if they have any. And so to find, let's say, 4 other friends who have a coda that you trust, or at least that you know or feel comfortable to ask to play with, that might not be as easy for as many people who are aware of the community or who are passive, experiencers of the game. So that's going to make sense why we talked about this with heavy metal is they're planting the seed and creating that like reality where we need to get used to looking for our friends. We need to start working with our community already. So when they gave us that behavior, it's not so crazy because it's already been established for the last X amount of months at this point.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, we may not have 5 codas, right? So it's a matter of how do we team up with each other and maybe get the most rewards that we can during this first season. Like Jason, even if it comes down to just you and me, like between us, we got 4 codas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You got 3, I got 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. Why don't we go earn some rewards on a tier 4 deed?
Right. Exactly.
And that gives us 4 slots that we can put each of our codas in. And if we can fuck up this shattered, we'll probably earn the best rewards on the tier 4 deed. Because the higher the deed number, the higher the leaderboard and the rewards distribution. But I think tier 4 is also kind of high enough. If we can get
Yeah.
one more person that has a coda on it, then we can go on a tier 5 deed and then earn those tier 5
But
rewards.
But here's also the thought that I have with it too is if the codas have like rarity tiers, right? And we're assuming megas are going to
Yeah,
be
and
X amount of more potent.
weapons are going to be
Right,
better
right. So let's say like
for
a lot of
fighting.
people are going to have 1, 2, 3, 5, 17, whatever they have. Uh, Depends on how you want to play your deeds, right? Because the tier ones are playing against tier ones, the tier twos are playing against tier twos. So like maybe I want to play 3 tier 1s versus 1 tier 3 or go find a friend to do whatever, right? So, you also have to figure out what that risk reward is. Like, is there more incentive for me to play 3 individual ones on tier 1 deeds? Or is there more incentive for me to go find a partner and go all the way up to a tier 5? I don't
Yeah.
know that yet.
Yeah, and that's where like we want other space to help facilitate the collaboration. It's like we need to create our own matchmaking, so to speak.
Sure, sure.
It's if you were to go in and play Legends of the Mara that day, Jason, like how how likely will you be able to just go to other spaces Discord and then find the easy way to see who's available, what assets do they have, and how can we partner up?
Right, right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So I think that's kind of why we're thinking about like looking like when you verify your account, you can associate your wallet, and we're starting to do this with 10KTF where we're parsing out like G tags. Cool, you get a roll for a G tag. 8 coin, cool, you get a roll for an 8 coin. Like for Legends of the Mara, we need to start to really break that down as well because there might be a thing where we can be like, okay, if they have a tier 4, a tier 5 deed, like we might be able to parse out roles and then even create some sort of matchmaking thing as well. But we'll figure it out as we go. I don't want to overthink it either, but I think it's worth knowing that we're paying attention to whatever the meta is. Like we want to optimize the
Yeah,
Discord around it.
yeah.
And so that's kind of where like you all come in, the people that are in the community to like really help figure that out with us so that we can together really try and shape like okay, what's the easiest thing that the community would need and to see how we can help facilitate that together.
Yeah, 100%, man. I look forward to seeing how this all works out because we have so many games in front of us. We've already had a blast as a community with heavy metal, and to be honest with you, that's a trying game mentally. So to still have fun as a community with it has been a perk.
I
Because
forgot, dude. We got heavy metal to deal with like for
well,
a
no, because like
while.
you think about it, like someone asked, the Legends of the Mara video came out forever ago in the trial, but it hasn't been posted publicly. And we were hoping it would come, Legends of Mara would be out
That
by the end
day.
of summer, right?
Oh yeah.
There's only 2 days left in the month of August.
Yeah,
And
summer
so
ends at like September something. If you type
yeah,
it in
Cheyenne
Google.
looked it up earlier. She said it was like September 20 something it
Let me
ends
let me
technically,
do the Google.
you know.
Google, when
But at this
does
point, my whole thing
summer
is
end?
like they're not gonna stack everything because that would be overwhelming and they know that. So they gotta tier it.
September, bro. September 21st and 24th
Yeah, yeah.
is the September equinox. So
Right, yeah, exactly. And so like the 22nd is a fair guess. Is it around
the
don't
latest September 24th. Less than a month though. Less than a month. Legends of Tomorrow will be here. In
it'll
the
be here
meantime,
soon enough.
we got
It'll be
fucking
here
Heavy
soon enough.
Metal season 4, which starts at September 7th. So like what the fuck's going to happen when season 3 ends on Thursday, and then we have another week until the Rift opens. So I think it's a matter of just making sure your Rift is ready. I mean your Forge is ready.
My Rift is ready, baby. No, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a lot. I I look forward to playing all the games, but it's a lot to stack on top of each other. And I met some people in Miami this weekend who told me they felt completely overwhelmed and they're just given up and sold their pieces, right? And that's not
Yeah.
necessarily the behavior we want as a community. So, obviously you can sell, you can buy in whenever you feel comfortable and need, but we want more people actively playing and experiencing and having fun with us. I'm curious to see how this is rolled out as you are. But with that said, I do think this is a perfect time to thank everyone for coming through. Sean, this has been a hell of an episode.
Yeah,
I
sick
look
episode,
forward
man.
to the next deck side. We got to get some amazing guests to come on and be part of that interview series. So if you actually are interested in that and you have an amazing topic you want to cover and you have some knowledge base that you want to share with
Or
us,
you
feel
got
free.
someone you want to recommend too?
Yeah, yeah. Please DM us and let us know because we're always open to community input. I myself am very excited for the NFL season that starts very soon. So on top of all this
The draft
gaming,
is coming up.
I'm gonna be watching so much football,
You got picked number 1 in our
bro.
fantasy league that we're in
I,
together.
I've
So
already picked. I'm picking Peyton Manning as the number one.
yeah, this motherfucker.
So we're gonna get it. Colts forever, baby, or maybe Broncos. Um, I don't know. But either way, I'm excited. I'm very appreciative of everyone hanging out. Like, subscribe, get ready for Thursday. Uh, Sean, I love you. Let's wrap it up. You got any parting words?
I love you too, man.
Beautiful.
No, hey, thank you everyone for pulling up, dude. Another other space PM in the wrap. Let's go. Yo, I had a lot of fun, man. I hope everyone has a great night and a great week. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.